Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the most powerful Witchwood card review that will ever exist at any point in time. Here to celebrate with me, is a brew. A cold brew coffee. I'm really into these things, man, because you can just toss the caffeine back one at a time. Hope you're doing fine on this wonderful Tuesday morning, where this card review will not be a coward's stream. No, hell no. Here's the thing. Doing a card review for a card game is kind of like having 100 sentences from an upcoming book and trying to write the entire plot of that entire novel. It's gonna be wrong. And most of the time, this causes streamers, I've myself included, have fallen into this trap, of saying these very vacillating, equivocating, sort of non-committal reviews of cards. This could be good, it could be bad, it's not really clear right now. This is not a coward stream. We're going to kick things off by talking about how Witchwood Apple is a garbage card. What is this anti-tempo card? Spend 2 mana, get permission to spend 2 mana 3 more times at a later date. And for what reward? Perhaps I get something sick, something swole up. No, you get a 2/2 Treant. What? What? Oh my god. Blizzard Entertainment. I want you to know that today you have literally slapped me in the face. And I mean literally, literally. I woke up and it was red and swollen. And I said, oh my god, it's in the shape of a Witchwood apple. Blizzard, Blizzard, Blizzard. I truly think that this card, I don't know. I gotta be honest with you. Mark of the Lotus blew my mind a little bit. Mark of the Lotus blew my mind a little bit with the way in which it synergized with things like Spreading Plague, aka also total bullshit. And so maybe Witchwood Apple has some merit in combination with other cards, but not a chance. There's no way anyone's going to run this, and if they are, I bet they're a vegetarian. Alright, let's go down to card number 3. Druid of the Scythe. Choose one. Transform into a 4/2 with Rush or a 2/4 with Taunt. First of all, I would like to note that if you are an adult male, as I am, whenever I do cleaning in the house, I clean, and a lot of stuff gets put away and gets neatened and all this sort of thing, but a lot of the time, the thing that stays out is all the cleaning supplies. So here we have a good old roll of paper towels that is perfect for blowing my nose because I have just had jalapeno hot sauce on my salad. What an adult male thing to do. I'm going to do another round of cleaning where I put away all the cleaning supplies and whatnot. Druid of the Scythe. So let's really read into what the identity of this card is. Choose one. Transform into a 4/2 that doesn't have charge because that's apparently the most balance impossible thing that there ever were. Like, every single charge card that's ever been printed, I think, has been nerfed. 100% of them. Wolf Rider, you really feel nerfed. Don't get me wrong. Or 2/4 with Taunt. Sincerely, though, I think that this is a 3 mana, deal 4 damage. So it's kind of like a Shadow Bolt. Or it can be some sort of anti-aggro tool. This feels like the most mediocre thing I've ever seen. This is the student who did pretty solid and went to a college that you've never heard of and has a job now. And he has a family. You know what I mean? Like, this card, it's fine. It's the most fine thing. It hurts how fine it is. And I mean, maybe I can get my Fandral Stag Helm to get a 4/4 Taunt with Rush. Whoa, my god, this is as fun as cutting a coupon out to buy the same shit I get every week at the grocery store. I don't know. There's nothing here that really excites me. Did we die? What? It died? Well, whatever. I made a fantastic joke, and it's going to be gone forever. That'll be only for the YouTube folk. Alright, I didn't do anything, and we're back. So here's a Druid of the Scythe with Rush. Here's a Druid of the Scythe with Taunt. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Alright, Druid of the Scythe. Look at how nearly badass this guy is. He's really not. He's really not. Yeah, so here's the thing. We are... Well, there was some sort of tech difficulty drop-a-roni thing, right in the pepperoni, but it seems to be all fine now. Who knows? Who knows? I didn't do anything on my end, and it fixed itself. Fantastic. Ferocious Howl. Draw a card, gain 1 armor for each card in your hand. Doing your warrior impersonation, are you, Druid? Oh my goodness. By the way, I just want to throw out there, for any of you who don't know, the Rush mechanic is charge, but you can't attack enemy heroes. That's it. It's the only difference between rush and charge. And if I stop doing my little, stop doing my little roll that we're in the mood for today, rush is a much easier thing to balance because every charge card has the risk of creating some sort of uninteractable combo where you just blow your opponent up, such as Molten Giants with charge and so on and so forth. Excuse me. So rush is a more flexible version of charge. I think the design space is much, much, much larger for rush. Either way. All right, let's get back to it. Ferocious Howl, are we serious? You trying to push Hand Druid on me? Blizzard! Druids with armor feels kind of good. Druid is historically one of my top 3 favorite classes ever. Ferocious Howl is just ridiculous. This card is ridiculous. This is top tier card. This is like 3 Kibler Orgasmo faces that that's how good Ferocious Howl is. If you're a druid and you want to do anything control-y, you're going to bang into Ferocious Howls no problem. And I didn't even mean that of a euphemism, but you're probably going to want to use it at your school later to sound cooler. Ferocious Howl is top tier, top ranker, #1 best card that we've seen thus far out of the 3 cards, one of which was a garbage apple. Next card, Witching Hour. Summon a random friendly beast that died this game. Let us divine. Witching Hour. Okay, let me talk to you about how I get aroused when I play a game of Hearthstone. Everything has its limit of you get 1 of this thing or 2 of this thing, right? That's it. That's all you ever get if you are making a deck in Hearthstone. But then there's little cheater pumpkin eater cards like Echo of Medivh, Duplicate, and the Witching Hour. It's another way to, wait a minute, get another Tarantus. So my firm evaluation of this, and I stand firm in my conviction, is that Witching Hour is the best way to get 2 Tarantuses after you've had 1 Tarantus. Ooh, that's triple Tarantus Hour. That's the triple threat. How can you even deal with it? Oh! You make a deck, 1 Tarantus, 2 Witching Hours, 27 other random spells. Just have it autocomplete. Witching Hour is clearly a card that is going to benefit from some sort of nice combo with beasts. I think that this has niche potential, highly niche potential, primarily for the fist pumping of Day 9 TV. Forest Guide. At the end of your turn, both players reminisce about how much they miss the Cold Light Oracle. This is an interesting card because it feeds into nostalgia more so than any other card we've seen thus far. And I think that it's a weird card because most of the time you don't get any benefit from it. You know what I mean? Or you don't get any immediate benefit from it. Your opponent gets the benefit first. I draw a card, I spend my mana, and then I draw a card, and then on your turn, you have now drawn 2 cards, so you get more value. You didn't have to spend any mana. And the more I'm talking about this, the Forest Guide is a... Why? No! Get the Cold Light back in here. Come on. Come on. Forest Guide? Oh, at the end of your turn, both players draw a card. Oh. I want to be very clear about something. I have seen cards at some point. I've seen some of the Witchwood cards at some point, but what I have not done is gone through all of them and begun to think about any of the synergies of the other card, except for right now. So, we might come back to this and be like, actually, with this other card, but for now, I haven't seen no other cards, man. All I have is a key, and I don't even know where the lock is, alright? This doesn't fix nothing for me. It opens no new doors. Bewitched Guardian, Taunt, Battlecry, gain +1 health for each card in your hand. Sensational! Sensational card. The Bewitched Guardian is conducive to boners around the world. Druid players are gonna run this puppy. Control Druid? Oh my god, you thought the Twilight Drake was a good card? Well, guess what? I'm drawing 9 armor with my 3 mana Howley card. And then I'm gonna plop down the Bewitched Guardian that's gonna become a 4/9 with Taunt. Oh! Yes, 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 yes. And if you watched the Witchwood card reveal stream yesterday, which was so fun, which was so awesome playing that with Ben Brode, which simultaneously brought me joy because Hearthstone's fun as fuck, but also brought me joy because some of my decisions apparently hurt lots of people. Oh, that always feels good. That just, there's something in me where I just, or someone's like, why did you lose that game? And I'm like, you know what? It was to hurt specifically you. I saw that you were having a good day, and I wanted it to just go downhill from there. And I really think that Schlogwoggle, what's his name? Shadrocket? Cladquoggle. What's his name? The 9 mana 6/6 that does the battle cries. Clogfloggle? What's his name? Crocdoggle. Slagdoggler? What is it? What is his name? Flagwaggler? It's not Togwoggle. Shazwinkle? What is the name of it? Shutterwalk. That's it, Shutterwalk. Shutterwalk. It's a cool card. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to have some story time. Alright, so, Bewitched Guardian, top of the line tier card, except if you play Arena, which is a mode that I don't think anyone plays, so we don't have to worry about those people. This is a top ranker fist pumper right here. Whispering Woods. Summon a 1/1 Wisp for each card in your hand. Anti-good. This is the opposite of good. This is the sort of card you set into your deck if you want to just let someone know that you own 2 epics, okay? Whispering Woods, you're going to flood with 1/1s, okay? Let's just take a moment to let us divine. What made the aggro paladin good right now? What made the aggro paladin a good thing in the current meta? It's that it has many ways to reflood the board with small 1/1 threats. Why is that good? Because the first time he plays Call to Arms, or plays a bunch of 1/1s from a Dry Gulch Jailer, or Lost in the Jungle, when all of that happens, you play a sweeper and you clear it. And then they play not Call to Darkness. Stand Against Darkness. They play Stand Against Darkness. Summon 5 1/1s. You play another sweeper. They play another Call Against Darkness. Which I literally just found the name, but I lost it. It's gone. She's out the door. She's never coming back, and she deleted me from her phone. Oh my god, I'll just look at her on Facebook and go, why, Susan? I don't know if we have anything in common, but I have feelings. Oh. Anyways, the name of the card's gone, but it's been cast, and a whole bunch of 1/1s have been spawned on the board. And because you spent 2 sweepers clearing the last Stand Against Darkness and the last Call to Arms, at this point in time, you run out of sweepers. And the fact that they have many 1/1s mean that your single target threat struggles to deal with them, especially if they have Divine Shields from a Steward of Darkshire. And for that reason, the multiple refloodings of small dudes of 1/1s and 2/2s and whatnot winds up inevitably overwhelming people. So when I look at Whispering Woods, you could argue, hey, this is a 1-mana cheaper Stand Against Darkness. But I'll remind you that Stand Against Darkness is a card that hung out in the garbage dumpster with Oscar the Grouch until there were enough summons of extra things in the form of Call to Arms, Dry Gulch Jailer, and so on and so forth. So I think Whispering Woods is also going to be Oscar the Grouch's left-hand man for Druids throughout the set. I mean, maybe there's a way to just make them 2/2s if you buff them with the Mark of the Lotus, but what, you gonna run a Witchwood apple in your deck too? LMAO, no. Alright, moving right along. The Wisp, top tier card, it's 0 mana. Anything divided by 0 is infinite value. Just ask the mathematician, Trump. Not the president, but the actual Trump, the original Trump. Alright. Gloomstag. Oh my god. This should be a category on a dating site, right? You know what I'm saying? What are your interests? I'm in the mood for Gloomstags. Oh yes, Taunt, Battlecry. If your deck has only odd cost cards, gain +2/+2. Therefore, this could be a 5-mana 4/8. A 5-mana 4/8. Who do we appreciate? Killing Priest, right? It's 4/8 with Taunt. Seems pretty good. It is in the odd cost decks, and quite frankly, when I'm trying really hard to make a solid deck, I don't pay any attention to the curve, so I've wound up with many odd cost only decks with 0 upside. I think that there's a sufficient amount of intimidating odd cards for Druid that I think Gloomstag is going to be fine. I think it's fine. No one is ever going to say the sentence, oh no, a Doomstag. Ah, no one ever is going to say that because it's a 4/8 with Taunt and an odd Druid. I mean, what cards do you not get in odd Druid? Wild Growth, Wrath, Swipe, Recycle. It was never good. So I think that Gloomstag is going to be fine. I think it's going to be the finest card ever. And if I'm wrong, I want you to know you're wrong. It's fine. It's fine. This is okay. This is the color of the paint on the walls at a hospital. It's fine. Okay, Dark Fallen Aviana. Oh my god. Aviana could summon Dusk Fallen Aviana, and they could look at each other and be like, why is a leaf blower on outside? Why? There's no leaves. It's concrete in the courtyard. Why is it... I have to shut the window if this happens. On each player's turn, the first card played costs 0. I don't know. I don't... I'm shutting the window. I'm shutting this window, okay? Oh my god, it's so loud. Alright. He's back. It's day 9. Alright, you know, this card... I don't know. This card... It's like Nickelback. Like, I get that people like it. I get that people like it. I understand. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying that I don't get it, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? This card, you play it, you have 5 mana left over, you don't get the benefit from it, and then once your player's turn, your player goes, thank you, because that emote still exists in Hearthstone. So he's going to get a free card, he's going to blow you up, and then what are you going to do? Get back to your turn? And play your 0 mana apple? Yeah, I bet. I think that Duskfall and Aviana might work with Ixlid. You get 2 Avianas, lose 1 Aviana, and pull out a combo that's totally fine. Maybe you get a bunch of free 1/1 wisps. You see what I mean? Anti-synergistic. A 3/7 for 5 is, I mean, it's stats. I think in Arena, there's an Arena player who's like, I never read the card text. I just look at what the power number is and what the health number is. So maybe it's good for an Arena player, but not for me. I think Duskfall and Aviana is going to do what most of my legendaries do, which is wind up in a deck somehow as I trundle my way to rank 20. Splinter Graf. Choose a friendly minion, add a 10/10 copy to your hand that costs 10. Fuck yes! Are you kidding me? The Timmy inside me. The Timmy within. Oh my god, the Timmy within should be the name of my autobiography. Splinter Graf is the best card that we've seen so far. Far and away. I don't know if it's the winningest card. I don't know if it's going to send you on the rocket ship to rank 1 legend, but it is going to send you on the rocket ship to self-satisfaction, confidence. You'll become a better public speaker, your grades will go up, your health will improve, your weight will go down, your vision will sharpen, and suddenly you'll be able to hear odor. Things will just increase in your ability to be a human being when you jam a Splinter Graf right up on the board, summoning another 10/10, and let me show you the dirty combo that happened to me yesterday. Let me show you the dirty thing that happened yesterday. We scroll back up to... Yeah, there it is. Gain +1 health for each card in your hand. Take a moment and imagine... You clone this puppy, huh? It's a 10/10 now, huh? How much health does it get? Even more than that. So sick. You know what else is hilarious here? You can Splinter Graf the Stone Tusk Boar. I really feel that the Stone Tusk Boar is the resident sleeper of every single set in Hearthstone. At any point in time, the Stone Tusk Boar can become the most intimidating card in Snarfstone. Oh my god, it's a 10 mana Pyroblast that sticks on the board. Splinter Graf is excellent. Alright. Hunting Mastiff. This is a photo of me before I've had any coffee in the morning. Hunting Mastiff is brilliant. Oh my god, there is someone on the Hearthstone design team that's going to have the sequel to A Beautiful Mind made about him, and it's because he came up with the Hunting Mastiff, okay? This designer, no doubt, was saying, how can we make a Control Hunter card that makes sense? How? This is brilliant. This is brilliant. I love this. Because if you are against an aggressive deck, Rush, in many ways, can be viewed simply as removal, as just single target removal. I play the card and I can deal this much power damage to a target creature right away. Boom. Fantastic. And for any of you who don't know the Echo keyword, Echo means when you play this card, you can play it again as many times as you want within that turn. So for instance, if I played a Hunting Mastiff and passed, it would be gone. I would not be able to do it anymore. But if on the turn I have 8 mana, I could play the Hunting Mastiff for 2, and then play it again for 2 more, so now I've used 4 mana, and then again and again, so I could have cast this 4 more times. Is my microphone screwing up? Hope my microphone isn't screwing up. This microphone I might have to replace. I think that one of the cords is a little screwed up, so sorry about that, Straga. But anyway, so you would be able to get 4 Hunting Mastiffs out. And And that's fantastic. That's sensational. That's sensational. This is an unbelievable card against aggro. And if you are against a control deck that doesn't even have a board, you can still summon like 5 Hunting Mastiffs. And Hunters don't have almost any good card draw. Like none. None. The only card draw they really have is Tracking. Oh, excuse me, they have a Starving Buzzard. Oh, Hunter has no good card draw, okay? And so the question is, how do you construct cards for a control Hunter that account for the fact that there's not good card draw options? Because you can't make all the cards too powerful, otherwise Hunter is just trivially easy, because then they don't need card draw. And then if you put card draw on Hunter, then all of a sudden they have access to their amazing variety of spells. Because Hunter spells, just for cost, are some of the highest value cards in the game. So this is amazing. Give that man a raise. Well done. Dire Frenzy. Oh my god, yes. Dire Frenzy. Top tier card. Top tier. Unbelievable. Sensational. Glorious. Even with just one good synergistic target, Dire Frenzy is... Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Here's the way that Dire Frenzy works, okay? There is a card called Dinglehorn Scaledon. I don't remember the name of it. It's a 1/3 neutral 2-cost beast that has Rush and Lifesteal. So again, imagine a 2-mana 1/3 with Rush and Lifesteal. When you cast Dire Frenzy on it, it becomes a 4/6 with Rush and Lifesteal. Pretty good. Pretty good, okay? So all of a sudden, you can just draw very cheap rehealers. Now, if any of you are starting to go, oh, hey, that's pretty groovy, I would like you to use your powerful memory, because I know every person tuned in is beautiful, intelligent, and very memorable if I ever met you at a party. Remember this guy? Can you imagine making this +3 +3? Oh, it's gonna be a 5/4 Echo Rush for 2. Do you understand that? Do you see this? Do you see this? Because remember, Hunting Mastiff, it's just a beast with keywords. So you can all of a sudden just put it on the dog, and then another dog comes out, and another dog comes out, and another dog comes out. Do you remember this? Of course you do. You're brilliant. Awesome. Yes, Hunting Mastiff, top ranker card, combined with Dire Frenzy, top ranker Hunter. Yes, that's it. Fuck yeah. Will just the first dog get +3/+3? Shouldn't. Echo doesn't keep the stats? I think it does. I'm nearly certain it does. It's not how Echo works? No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Come on, it's the same card. What? Come on. People are saying it doesn't work like that. You don't work like that. You don't get it. It has to work this way. Echo doesn't get the buffs. Why wouldn't it get the buffs? Why would it not get the buffs? Because if it is in my hand as a 5/4, you draw it and it's a 5/4, you draw it and it's a 5/4, and then you play it, it should be a 5/4 still in your hand. Why? Who says it doesn't? Whoever says it does, you know what? The guy that invented the Hunting Mastiff, hope he gets fired. Hope he gets fired. He designed this incorrectly. It's in your hand as a 2/1. No, it's in your hand as a 5/4. No, you guys, you don't. Let me explain how this works, okay? When you Dire Frenzy a creature, it says shuffle 3 copies into your deck with +3/+3. So when you draw the card, it has +3/+3 in your hand. Has +3/+3 in your hand. I am not backing down. I will never give this one up, okay? I will never give this up. You draw it in your hand. So for instance, when I was on the stream, you would draw it, and it would be a 4/6 in your hand. Right? Make sure you understand this clearly. The beast that I've played, so imagine I have played the Hunting Mastiff. Okay, let's think about this. You know what? Let me explain this real slowly, okay? I play a Hunting Mastiff for 2. It's a 2/1. What's in my hand? A 2/1 Echoed Hunting Mastiff. Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand? Good, right? I then cast Dire Frenzy on it. Now, the thing on the board is a 5/4 because it's gotten +3/+3. The initial Echo that's in my hand, it's still a 2-1. It's still a 2-1. We got a 5-4 on the board. We got a 2-1 in the hand. All right? All right, you see this? And then the Dire Frenzy, it puts a 5-4 Hunting Mastiff in the deck. So when I draw it, it says 5-4 Echo Rush. Now, some of you are quoting rules text at me, and you are all time-outed. We are going on a banning spree. It says it gives you the original copy of the card, but it's 5-4 in the hand. That's so stupid. Echoed copies are always the original version of the card. Copies do not take in-hand stat or cost changes unless it's being provided by an aura like Summoning Portal or Sorcerer's Apprentice. You know what? That's the opposite of fun. Dire Frenzy, garbage tier card, not good, awful. No one should run this card. You should uninstall Hunter, go onto the online trading system for Hearthstone and trade your Hunter for another Shaman, because Shamans are in. That's so stupid. I do think Hunting Mastiff, I'm not sure that the +3/+3 counts as a buff. I'm not certain. I don't know. But this is a shit card until that's true. Okay. It should work. It should be a 5-4 in your hand that you can echo. It should be a 5-4 in your hand when you draw it. It doesn't make any sense. I don't even know if I can scroll down anymore. I don't know if we should finish a card review. I don't know why I even waste my time doing this when the rules text don't work exactly the way that I emotionally need them to. I need this. Okay? This is so important to me. You know what? The Naga Sea Witch can still make 0-mana giants, but I just need my Dire Frenzy buffs to stick on the Mastiffs. I'm so upset right now. This doesn't make any sense. You know what? No one's going to play Hunter anyway. Vile Brood Skitterer. Oh, God. Vile Brood Skitterer sounds like me after I've had too much McDonald's in the evening. Vile Brood Skitterer. 1/3 Poisonous Rush. Now, this... it's basically a 5-mana Assassinate, right? You just play a thing, boop, and you pop it. No problem. So mad. Look, everyone stop talking. If you even type Mastiff in the chat or Echo in the chat, you're out of here. Even if we're looking at another Echo cards, you just go, look at that. That's it, okay? We're not even talking about it. This discussion is done. It is over, okay? It is over. It really should buff the Mastiff, though. It needs to buff the Mat. It should. Okay, so the Vile Brood Skitterer. Oh my God, everyone's typing Mastiff and Echo. That's all they're typing. Oh God, why did I set myself up for that? I walked right into that. I thought it was open. I didn't know it was a sliding glass door. So I think this is not great. I think this is not great. I really think this is a not great card. I think it's a not great card. I think it's not good. You know what? I'd like to give a shout out to Nid a Nerd, who didn't type Mastiff, who didn't type Echo, but instead drew an ASCII penis. Respect. Respect, Nid a Nerd. Respect. I actually don't think this is that great. Assassinate is not generally run in Rogue. I mean, certainly they have a different suite of removal cards. This is only high value if there are a 2x minion, you know, where you can pop it with the Vile Brood Skitterer, and now you have a 1/1 Skitterer, and you can do another pop. I just don't think this is that great. I'm all in all just underwhelmed with all poisonous cards. All poisonous cards are just, it's not good. Poisonous things, they don't bother me, right? I live in an apartment complex. I'm not worried about poison. I'm really not. Dusk Haven Hunter. 2/5 stealth. Each turn this is in your hand, swap its attack and health. Ooh. 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 Alright, suddenly we don't care so much about Mastiffs anymore. Listen to this. Dusk Haven Hunter. This thing, I think this is going to be a top tier card. I think this is a top tier card for one reason and one reason alone. Cat Trick, the 4/2 stealth, a lot of damage to the face when that thing gets procced. A lot of damage. Duskhaven Hunter, almost certainly you're going to want to wait until it's a 5/2 stealth, plop that onto the battlefield, and, you know, you can... It's a lot. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage to the face. A lot of damage to the face. Mr. Strong says, oddly enough, doesn't Vile Brood combo well with Dire Frenzy? No, because no one's going to run this card because the rules text around it is offensive to me. It's kind of... No. Nah. Yeah, I think that this is actually going to be kind of a top-tier card because Aggro Hunter is always on the verge of being just, like, ridiculously, stupidly strong. I really think that 5/2 Stealth is really good. We could also ask the question, why not run the Jungle Panther down? Why not run the Jungle Panther down? I think the fact that it's a 3-mana 4/2, it's just a little bit too much. Just getting the extra damage out of there, I think it's valuable. It's not a beast though. It's not a beast. Wing Blast. I think this is fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's a fine card. It's fine. It's a fine young card. Yeah, I think the Wing Blast, it looks like it's real mega good. Like, when I first looked at this, I was like, oh, Hunter will now be too powerful. I think that a lot of the time, this is going to be a 4 damage for 4. And I just think it's going to be fine to be able to clear stuff. The big advantage that Wing Blast provides is that it can be a 1-mana deal 4 damage, but recall that hunters are not able to draw a lot of cards. So you have to be extraordinarily efficient with the cards that you have in hand. That's the reason I look at this and I say it's okay. If you're up against a deck that's quickly building a board and dumping their hand, and then you, like, unleash the hounds to clear one thing, clear another thing, and you've only used 4 mana, okay, I think that things like this start to seem reasonable, but again, you would still be spending 2 cards and your hand size is shrinking a lot. I think the #1 instance where Wing Blast is going to show up and be incredible is if you are a hunter that's trying to just rush your opponent down and you need just a few extra tools to punch through for damage, and Wing Blast is a little bit more flexible in order to do that. So yeah. Wing Blast, I actually, when I first looked at this, I was like, oh my god, stupidly overpowered, but then I just thought about how shit the Hunter's card draw was. And then I reevaluated. And then I spent some time alone with myself, and I was like, damn, you right. Carrion Drake, Battlecry. If a minion died this turn, gain poisonous. Nothing about poison excites me. I'm not in any poison clubs. You know, I don't listen to any song that has the word poison in it, except for the Prodigy song, Poison. It's a very good song. Outside of that, I don't think I have any sort of affinity towards poisonous things. If a minion died this turn, gain poisonous. I mean, this is a super arena card, certainly. It's a super arena card. It's super ridiculously arena-y. It's a dragon, and I don't recall what the other dragons are in the set, so perhaps that's a little bit of synergy there. But, this card might actually be sensational. This card, listen, this is not a coward stream. I'm not going to sit here and equivocate. This is a top-tier Hunter card, and let me tell you why, okay? Hunter has not so nice card draw. They need to get they need to just burst you down and then shoot you in the face with a little Hunter's Bow hero power. And if you've ever tried to do a control Hunter, you really need value out of the cards, like the Katharina Winterwind, whatever her name is, who summons a beast and summons a beast on Battlecry and Death Rattle. So Carrion Drake feels like a slightly tenderer version of that. If a minion died this turn, gain poisonous, okay, you kill a minion. Perhaps you have a weapon out, pop one in the face, you play this. Carrion Drake, I feel like, is often going to be a 2-for-1. I feel like it's very often going to be a 2-for-1. I think it's going to be a 2-for-1. This is not going to be a win condition card, but this is going to be a very nice bridge for a hunter who's doing something control-y to get to a win condition card. I think the Drake is... I think his mixtape is fire. Yeah, I think Carrion Drake is it. He's good. Rat Trap. After your opponent plays 3 cards in a turn, summon a 6/6 rat. This, I think, is going to be a very nice one-of. Very rarely going to be more than a one-of. It seems that, I mean, the benefit of a Rat Trap... Okay, hold on. We're going to think out loud. Rat Trap. After your opponent plays 3 cards in a turn, summon a 6/6 rat. If you're against an aggro deck, sometimes they'll play 3 in a turn. But if you do what the Count does in Sesame Street and you count, you'll see that a lot of the time it's just 2 cards in a turn. 2 cards in a turn. And so part of me imagines like, ooh, turn 2, I slam a Rat Trap down, and then all of a sudden, turn 3, I have a 6/6 rat against an aggro deck. Yeah, I think that would have to be a very specific aggro deck. It's so often against an aggro deck not going to proc early game so that you can get value out of it. So it's kind of like having a dead card. What about against control decks? Yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, obviously, I think the immediate thing that you look at when you see Rat Trap is you go, Echo! If someone's echoing a bunch, you're going to get a 6/6. Bah! And, okay, yeah, but it seems so conditional. I'm not excited about this. I think that it would be sufficiently straightforward to identify. Because most of the Hunter cards are about attacking your face. If you attack the face, you proc Misdirection, Freezing Trap, Explosive Trap, Wandering Monster. And of course, everyone here is really asking, why did he start with Misdirection? Because I'm day 9, and that's my favorite secret. So I actually think this is mediocre. And I want to be extremely clear. Echo is a mechanic, not a methodology of winning. Aggro decks have a clear methodology of winning. Combo, control decks have clear methodologies of winning. So that's why I'm evaluating Rat Trap against aggro and control, because those are the methodologies of winning. If one of those methodologies involves a lot of Echo cards, okay, maybe Rat Trap will have some merit, but you know, just because it clearly opposes Echo cards does not make it valuable in any regard. I think the one very specific circumstance is that Miracle Rogue is always going to exist, and this works great against Miracle Rogue. It doesn't work great against Miracle Rogue. It just procs against Miracle Rogue. It just procs. Doom Rat. Never mind. This card's fucking tight. Look at its name, Doom Rat. Oh my god, look at this rat. The art is just a big rat. And you know what? His eyes are green, and he's snarling at you. He's just like us. Look at the Doom Rat. Oh, he's got a little bone sticking out of the back of his neck. Let's be honest, with the way us nerds hunch, yeah, I got one of those sticking out of me too. Yeah, this is the C5 vertebra. Well done, Doom Rat. All right, Talksmonger. Whenever you play a 1-cost minion, give it poisonous. I've never been a fan of poison. I'm not in a poison club. I don't do activities that are poison related. I don't really listen to any music that has poison in it, except for the Prodigy song Poison. That's a great one. I'm just not excited by that. I think that this is helping contribute to the Stone Tusk Boar themes that we've been seeing out here all the time. But it's a 2/4 for 4 that requires me to play a 1-cost minion. Again, let's ask ourselves the questions. What are methodologies of winning? You know, aggro decks, combo decks, control decks, mid-range decks tend to be some broad archetypes that we think about. What we might say is, hey, this is a good tool in an aggro deck because I'll have lots of inexpensive minions and I can play the Talksmonger out and then I'll have Poisonous to help me punch through. Feels very, very dicey because on turn 4, do you want to play a 2/4 that has upside later? No, you want to play a Houndmaster that has upside now. What about in a control-ish situation where I have a Talksmonger, play a Stone Tusk Boar that has charge and now Poisonous, and then bonks someone in the teeth? I've played 2 cards to kill 1 card, and now I have a dirty little 2/4 out. I think that this is absolute badness. You like that tempered? You like how tempered I was? I could have said something real foul. I didn't. I said badness. I think this card is as useful as a DVD rewinder. Houndmaster Shaw. Your other minions have rush. Strong stat lines, and I gotta be honest with you. I think this is a nice little card. I think this is a nice little card in mid-range and possibly even aggro hunters because it's very sticky. On turn 4, 3/6 is an intimidating presence, as is. Your other minions have rush. There's hunter cards that have death rattle, can proc on this the turn it's played. So I have a creature with death rattle that hits and summons minions. Those now have rush and then continue to head in there. And you know, if I think about Tundra Rhino, the 2/5 beast card that has charge and all your other beasts have charge, that card is very, very sick. And it has lower stats than this on turn 5. It's that upside is so huge and so broad. So your other minions have rush. I think Houndmaster Shaw, I'm all about it. Top ranker card. I give it 5 Kibler Orgasmo faces. This one's excellent. Amorous, which sounds like a daytime television show hosted by a dragon that really couldn't make it in Hollywood. Battle cry. Double the attack and health of all minions in your hand. My autobiography is Through the Eyes of a Timmy, and this card's great. This card is an awesome card. Oh yeah, when I'm a hunter and I get to turn 10, I like to slam down something that will have value not on this turn, but in the future. Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. Oh my, can you imagine if I have Primordial Drakes? And then I Amorous the Primordial Drakes? And then instead of being 4 8s, they're 8 16s? Oh my god. Oh my yes. Amorous is the best. Amorous is going to be an absolute hotness card. It's going to be a hotness card. Because hunters, if you play any control hunters, you a lot of times have 4 or 5 cards in hand. This is what you have, 4 or 5 cards. The fact that Amorous is making them all swole up while being himself fairly swole as is. Yeah. And there's part of me that's like, Sean, no one's going to ever make a successful control hunter. But because I was raised Catholic, anytime I have feelings that I don't want to deal with, what I do is I push it down right here until just under this little place in my heart, and I have those feelings and I keep them there until I die. So I'm going to do that with Amorous and just say that this card is going to be unbelievable in all hunter decks, especially in the control hunter. That's fantastic. Okay, so Snap Freeze. Snap Freeze. Freeze a minion. If it's already frozen, destroy it. Okay, Snap Freeze. Snap Freeze. Freeze a minion. If it's already frozen, destroy it. This feels like whoever came up with Shatter was on the right track, came back. The Shatter designer, she was just like, dude, I have just the thing. And I know, I'm power creeping all over my own past work, but look at this. This is how you make Cabalist Tome draws even more satisfying. Freeze a minion. If it's already frozen, destroy it. How do I think that this will even function? This, for whatever reason, You'll recall that there is a 2-mana mage card that if you pop a dude with your hero power, it freezes it. And that's 3 steps. I have to play the thing, hero power it, and then still have 2 mana left over, and I then... Oh my god, it's really bad, isn't it? Oh my god! Oh my god, wait a minute. Snap Freeze is a snap dust, okay? No. This is not a coward stream where we try to construct a circumstance in which this would succeed. That's what we're going to do after the card review when I'm laddering later today. Snap Freeze is... Oh, man. Oh, this is like drinking orange juice with candy canes. Nothing goes together. Yeah, other cards can freeze, other cards can destroy, and if you just combine them together, my mouth burns and is sour. I think Snap Freeze is the kind of card that I will still try to make work. I know myself. This is me. This is a matter of me reflecting on who I am as a person and identifying that Snap Freeze is it's important to me as a card, and we're going to probably try to build a Snap Freeze deck. Oh my god, I left my plate of food on your spot. I'm sorry, Despy. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm kind of on a rager. Went 5.5 miles this morning. Woo! Then I quickly got out of the shower, got a protein shake, put some creatine in there because I want to get all swole up. And then I got a salad with coffee. That's where all this energy is coming from. But Snap Freeze, certainly, if you get it, dust it. Or keep it until they buff it, and then dust it, just because you're spiteful at heart. Next card, Black Cat. Top ranker, amazing card. An amazing, amazing card. This card is so good. This card is as good as the Twilight series. That's how good it is. And some of you are like, but aren't I supposed to make fun of the Twilight series? Sure, you can do whatever you want, but it's sold like billions. Okay, it's like moms love it. Okay, Black Cat, a 3/3 for 3 is a pretty fine stat line. It's fine. It's not a 3/4 for 3, which we have a lot of in the current set. But it has spell damage +1. It's a stickier, and it draws a card in the odd cost decks. I think this is going to be absolute top ranker. Also because, I got the chance to do a little theory crafting and playing against an odd only mage, and Black Cat was fantastic in it. This is the best. This is great. This is, it is as good as Twilight. Vex Crow. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a Doomsayer and yell loudly and say, "Oh, what are the odds?" Likely. Okay, Kermit the Hearthstone player. Vex Crow looks like someone has a green light go sniper rifle pointed at the forehead of the Vex Crow. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a random 2-cost minion. This, I suppose, could have merit in Arena, I suppose, but a 3/3 for 4, it just feels bad to play. And if we ever want to proc the random 2-cost minion, we're going to need to cast a spell. I think Vex Crow is heinous. I think it's offensive to crows. You know, I'm not into this. This is actually. I think this gets a Reynad. What were they thinking? Seal of approval. Yeah. Referencing other streamers. There's just a lot of great streamers in Hearthstone. Tons. I just love watching Hearthstone streamers. All great, man. We could have the Reynad, what were they thinking? Or the Reynad, I told you so. We have the Kibler Orgasmo face. We even have the Kriparian Pretty Good. So I think that this gets the anti-positivity award. Cinder Storm, this is Arcaner missiles. Of course, there's the greater arcane missiles, which is the arcanest missiles. Deal 5 damage randomly split among all enemies. This seems not good, except in the circumstance where you're running an odd only or a no duplicates mage, and you just need some kind of flexible removal. This is nice against a lot of the Flood 1 health decks that exist, or a lot of the Divine Shield decks that exist for Paladin. It's fine. It's fine. I think this is it's whatever. It doesn't do anything for me. You know, it's like Diet Coke. Sure, yeah, no, I mean, no calorie. It tastes like metal. I don't know. It's not doing it. Bonfire Elemental. If you played an Elemental last turn, draw a card. This is good. This is good. This is a really, really, really good card. This card, do you want to hear my opinion on it? It's really, really good. This card, you know what? New Sunshine said it best. This card is literally fire. This card is literally fire. This is so good. And let me explain to you why it's good. Already in elemental-themed decks, we see that the Servant of Kalamos, the 4/5 that says Discover an Elemental, is a very legit, important card in many, many, many elemental decks. The problem with any Discover card is that you are pulling from outside your deck, so you don't have predictability and control over what the outcome is going to be. You only have semi-control. If you get 3 okay elementals and you have to pick one, However, Bonfire Elemental is an exceptionally nice card that synergizes with what you already have in your deck. Now, note that there are a lot of very good elementals that a mage would already want to be running to have synergy with Jaina. There's the Arcane Artificer, a defensive armor gain card. We have the Arcane Tyrant, the 4/4 that costs 0 if you cast a big spell last turn. We have Baron Geddon, which is a very nice sweeper that helps heal. We have Bonfire Elemental now that I think you might only need 1 or 2 more elementals, perhaps Tar Creepers, in a mage deck to be able to run this and get an extraordinarily efficient form of card draw in the deck. This, I think, is a fantastic card. I think it's a fantastic, fantastic card. It's also flexible because with Frostlich Jaina gaining lifesteal from elementals, you don't want to draw the card in some circumstances. You just would rather have a 5/5 with lifesteal banging down on the board. Yeah, that's right. I'm making little bird noises. What do you think about that, Despy? Yeah. Yeah, you're my little princess. You're my buddy. You just hang out with me while I stream. Let me move the hydrogen peroxide so you don't burn yourself. Curio Collector. Whenever you draw a card, gain +1/+1. Hey, arena players, do you like value? Oh, I play it and it just keeps growing and growing. Oh my god, the Curio Collector. A little tough to stick. Will it do good as time goes on? Outside of Arena, I think this card is it is about as valuable as a sack of hot doorknobs. I think that this card is not good. This card is not going to be valuable in a deck that's running a Hearthstone client. I think that in this kind of situation, if you have Curio Collector, I mean, maybe someone's like, I have an idea, I'll put Alaneth in there. No, you're not. You're not going to put Alaneth in there. You're not going to do an Alaneth Curio Collector deck, because that's what we call taking a Tempo Mage and making it weaker. That's like, I have an idea, I really like my Honda, let me attach a few more steering wheels to it so all my friends can drive when we're driving. Oh my gosh. Actually, now that I think of it, that's such a smart idea. In an Uber, you have fake steering wheels for all the passengers. It works for children, and all Uber passengers, as far as I can tell, behave like children. So, look at that. Let's put those in there. Gosh, I'm always coming up with good ideas. Curio Collector. Book of Specters. Draw 3 cards, discard any spells drawn. Yes! Top tier card. Unbelievable. Sensational. Yes! Yeah, Book of Specters. Book of Specters. Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think that this is sick. This is so sick. This is sick. This is ridiculously good. This is, I mean, the thing is, I used to be like, no spells in a deck. Bah! Imagine putting in a small amount of spells. Like you just, you know, perhaps a pinch of spells. Wow. Oof. Okay. Prince Calatheth shows that there's a huge amount of power in mostly minion-based decks if you have the good minions, and Prince Calatheth decks still kind of exists. I think a Book of Specters to be able to continuously draw and get some of those big power things, and I think honestly elemental cards could be pretty good. Yeah, I mean this. Oof. I mean honestly, Arcane Intellect is the baseline. 3 mana, draw 2. It's literally replace itself and draw another card. And the fact that Book of Specters will, I think, often be a 2 mana draw 2 and discard 1 spell. That's already great. Holy guacamole. I think this is amazing. I think this is amazing. I think this is an unbelievable card. I think this is an unbelievable card because it's just begging for you to find a deck that works with it. It's begging. It's not like Snap Freeze that's just like, oh, just imagine all the ways you could freeze things and have a whole card in your hand dedicated to destroying them after you had a lot of setup. I mean, I got lightheaded using that voice for that long of a sentence. Like, you don't construct a deck around Snap Freeze. You construct a deck around Book of Specters. This card is fantastic. This card is good. Arcane Keysmith Battlecry. Discover a secret. Put it onto the battlefield. There's... You can tell that there's some jerks on Team 5 at Blizzard. Wow, what... Who was in the meeting and was like, no, I think Mysterious Challenger was healthy for the meta for a little bit. I think that if we back off on that a little bit, we can put this... This card is actually silly good. This card is silly good. And it's going to hurt me. This card is... Despy. Yeah, lie down. Lie down. You're getting stressed out. You need to lie down. You're a good cat. You've been doing a really good job of being a cat today. Arcane Keysmith is disgusting. I think it's disgusting. Tempo Mage with Secrets is already very, very good. I'm for whatever reason, when I looked at this, my brain interpreted this as a 2/4. It's a 2/2 for 4. Sorry, I was stuck in 2/4 land. I don't know why. Oh, it's a 2/4. It's not as good. The stats are much lower. I sincerely looked at this and thought it was a 2/4, and I was just like, bleh, vomit, 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 vomit. Oh, and wait a minute. The Cabal Crystal Runner, she's rotating out, correct? I think that she is rotating out. I think so. Discover a secret, put onto the battlefield. Okay, in that case, I don't think this is like literally top tier. I don't think it gets a Kibler Orgasmo face of approval. I do think it gets at the very least a Kripparrian pretty good. Arcane Keysmith is... This is nice. This is a nice little card because Hydrologist, which was a top ranker card for all sorts of paladins, this costs 2 more than the Hydrologist, and the secret gets placed onto the battlefield. So the Hydrologist, really, you have to play the Hydrologist and then play the secrets. That's 3 total mana in order to have a 2/2 with a secret up. This is 4 total mana to have a 2/2 with a better secret up. So I think that this is solid. I think this is a solid little card. Archmage Arugula. Don't tell me that it's Arugula. No, it's Arugula. Whenever you draw a minion, add a copy of it to your hand. That's the spot. Oh, it found my spot. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, my face is getting a little flushed. Archmage Arugula. Oh my god, who knew that eating healthy could taste so good? Archmage Arugula. This card is very good. This is very, 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 very good. It's even better with Hearthstone Deck Tracker up and running. This is good. I mean, obviously, it combines excellently with Book of Specters. This combines excellently with any deck that really runs almost any minions at all. Whenever you draw a minion, add a copy of it to your hand. It's tough to get Archmage Arugula to stick. I think that basically, if you have a rather, yeah, ow, Despy, ow. Oh, there you go. That's my good little princess. There she is. She's sitting on my lap now. She's my little lap cat. This is an insane value card. Let's think for a moment, because why is this card going to be good? It has to stick to the board. It's a 2/2, so one of the ways to deal with that is to play it super late, where you can play it with 8 more mana remaining, play several card draws, and then be able to proc that multiple times. You can always play it on turn 2 and cross your fingers and hope to not die. Oh, we're doing chin rubs right now. Hi, Despy. Hi. I'm having a lot of fun. How are you doing? I'm really happy I'm home with my little buddies. I love these cats. All right, no more sincerity. We have to get back into character. Archmage Arugula. Yeah, no, I don't actually think Archmage Arugula is... It's extremely powerful, I think, with only this. Alright, I'm going to make my bold claim of the entire set. This card is garbage. This card is literally Dumpsterville. This is one of the most deceptive, deceitful things ever. This is like a get-rich-quick scheme. You look at it and you're like, but then I'll just have so many then I could get 2 Ragnaroses and Wild. I think this card is terrible. This card is terrible, 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 terrible. This is not a good card. This is so bad. Here's the reason why. Because 2 mana to be able to have a powerful effect where we actually get creatures out, oh my god, the value, right? Because I looked at this and I was imagining multiple legendary minions in my hand, multiple small copies, blah, 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 blah. But think about it. Where is this going to be the best? Where is Archmage Arugula going to be the best? In a deck that has a high guarantee of minions being drawn, 1. 2, Archmage Arugula sticks to the board, right? And 3, probably want some other card draw methods to be able to actually proc this, right? So these are 3 pretty strong constraints on there. 3 pretty strong constraints. And so if I'm running some sort of control deck as mage, where I might want to clone some legendaries, I'm going to have a lot of spells. The probability of me being able to proc Archmage Arugula, it's going to be, I'm going to have the spells to draw the cards, but I'm probably not going to have the minions in the deck that will be able to go there. And then if we're late in a control mage matchup, it's going to get blowed up. In an aggro mage that has lots and lots of creatures, the probability of us having the card that lets us draw is low. I really genuinely think this is going to have exactly one high value circumstance, which is like turn 4, play Arugula and play the Book of Specters. I think that's it. I think it's just going to be turn 4, Book of Specters, or turn 5, Archmage Arugula and card draw. I really think that's it. This is not a flexible card. This will not show up in a lot of decks. It will be synergistic. If there is a mostly creatures mage deck that runs just Arcane Intellect and just Book of Specters, yeah, maybe you can get a really potent elemental mage. But I think Arugula is the worst card we've seen thus far and will not show up in any successful decks. 0 out of 10, 0 out of 5, 0 out of 1 for thumbs up, thumbs down. It gets a nope. Toki Time Tinker. Battlecry. Add a random legendary minion from your past to your hand. Oh! Top ranker. Top ranker. Oh, it's a top ranker. Top ranker card. Anytime you can get clones of extra legendary minions, you can have pretty insane obnoxiousness. Oh my god, never mind. This card is just, this is a clown fiesta. When I first read this card, what I thought that this meant was that a previous legendary card that you played in the game, you get to add it to your hand. That's not what this means. From the past, this means legendary cards that are in wild. So you could get patches without charge. This card is awesome, but not good. This is not a consistent card. I mean, if you ripped a Ragnaros, that could be kind of neat. As a card that just gives you another card, you know, it's yeah. This is certainly the best of the not good cards, because this is fun as hell, man. You can sometimes pull some ridiculousness on that. I'm going to absolutely run some Toki Time Tinkerer decks. Rebuke. Best card in the entire expansion. Period. Period. I'm not even in character right now. This is the best card in the entire expansion. Period. This is ridiculous. Arugula plus Toki, double mix. Now, this is the problem, is that this is whenever you draw a minion. Draw is not add to hand. This card is the best. This card is so sickeningly good. It's Lotham. It's Lotham again, man. It's missing the 5/5 body, but it's 2. And this card is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Yeah, you want me to try to have accurate predictions on this stream? People are like, oh, these predictions, man, fuck off. This is not a coward stream. What do you think, I'm going to be neutral about all these cards? We're not even on to neutral minions yet. Of course I'm going to go ham on the Paladin Rebuke card. Enemy spells cost 5 more next turn. 5 more. You know what? You know what? Listen. Community-made content is some of the best content anywhere on the internet. Better than studios and production companies, just community-made content. So this is for the upcoming community video that I know will be made. You have my explicit permission to take video clips from this card review and construct a Boy Day 9 was wrong video clip series. Or you have my full permission to take clips from this card review to show how right I was. And that'll feel really nice. You know what? You could do both. That would actually be the most meta thing of all for you to do. You have my explicit permission to take clips from this card review to make a video that highlights how I am essentially random when it comes to card predictions. And that is why people shouldn't take these card predictions so damn seriously. This is the best card in the entire set, Rebuke. Oh, it's cheaper Loatheb. It doesn't have a 5/5 body, though. I'm a sea monster that came out of the ocean to complain on the internet. Yeah, Rebuke is an amazing card, you octopoid. Listen to me, okay? Rebuke, here's why it's good. It's 2 mana. So all of a sudden, you can be an aggro deck, blonk, run down the Rebuke, and he's almost dead on the next turn. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, Dark Sundar says Dana was right about Inkmaster Solia at least. That's right, never forget. Sound the Bells. Ooh, this card is the most annoying card in the deck because every time it's cast it goes dong, dong, dong. You get 5 dongs in a turn. Is there an echo in here? Oh yeah, you can also have 2 of these in a deck, and it's common. Sound the Bells. I think this is the best designed buff card that's ever been printed. I can imagine some designers trying to she's like looking through all the past like buff cards that have existed and is like, okay, we can't have another Spike Ridge Steed. That's hurt too many people. How do we have a better card? I just think this is just really nice. This is a really nice card. I think this is an interesting one. Oh my god, we even have Toki Monster in the chat. Toki Monster, the excellent artist, who you don't know. This is Toki, not the art. I'm saying the character in here. That's you. That's you, Toki. Look at Toki Time Tinker. There you are. Look at you. Also, I owe you a reply, Toki. I was traveling yesterday, and so I didn't get a chance to answer you back. My bad. Sound the Bells. Echo. I think this is a solid little card. I actually think that there is going to be some type of control-ish paladin that runs Lanessa Strong's Mardo and a handful of the buff spells. And I think that the buffs are getting much smoother. Something like Blessing of Kings is a very blunt thing. Get +4/+4 for 4. But, you know, it doesn't have the flexibility. And there's just increasingly flexible buff cards in there. So I think Sound the Bells is going to be a very strong dong. Ghostly Charger, Divine Shield Rush, a 3/4 for 5. So let me describe why I said so many ums. The Ghostly Charger has Divine Shield, which you know is a mechanic. Rush is the new mechanic, which means it can attack the turn it's played, except it can't attack enemy heroes. So the Ghostly Charger, for instance, if you have like a zoo lock building up a board, you play the Ghostly Charger, you run in and just trade and kill something. Because it has Divine Shield, so it guarantees that it lives through the first attack, and then it is a 3/4. So we can view this as a 3/4 vanilla minion that says Battle Cry, deal 3 damage. I think that because there's a lot of the hand buff effects that have left with the rotation for the Year of the Raven, I think that this is completely mediocre. I think it will be very nice in Arena. I mean, the Stormwind Knight, the 2/5/4 mana with charge, has play in Arena and has some really nice stuff. This is just a nice Paladin Arena card in that vein. But yeah, I just, you know, if this were 4 mana, all Paladins would start with 28 cards and 2 Ghostly Chargers pre-placed in. Paragon of Light. While this minion has 3 or more attack, it has Taunt and Lifesteal. Interesting, 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 interesting. Paragon of Light. I want to like this card. I want to like this card. The reason I want to like this card is that it has an extraordinarily strong control synergy. This is an amazing card when it triggers against aggro. I mean, it's done. I'm absolutely going to give this a Kripparrian pretty good. I'm going to give this a Kripparrian pretty good. Let's be honest, it's a 2/5 for 3. That's a nice stat line. That's a nice stat line if you're against an aggro deck, and then if you increase it a little bit, it's still nice. Very obviously begging for a buff. Begging for a buff. And I think that there is going to be a buff-focused control-ish Paladin or a buff-focused mid-range-ish Paladin, and this is going to be a staple of that. Yeah. I mean, like, obvious things, like if you can get a Prince Keliseth deck going, your Paragon of Lights are ridiculous. You know. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is actually going to be pretty nice. I think there's one thing... Okay, this is... let me just break character for a moment. For any of you who have not been part of a card game that has a set rotating out, there is a thing that sort of happens psychologically alongside what is happening objectively in a meta, which is that in any card game, the more cards that are available, the more powerful the combinations can be, because there's literally more room to explore. So, you know, in Hearthstone, we have our card sets, and there's an expansion, and there's an expansion, and then there's this expansion that we're on right now, and this is the most amount of cards we're ever going to see, and then, boom, the next year starts, and a huge chunk of cards are lopped off. And so, naturally, what winds up happening, again, objectively, oh, wait, sorry, this hand, objectively, you wind up seeing these more powerful combos emerging, but then psychologically, it can throw off your baseline. Psychologically, it can throw off your baseline a little bit, where you begin to just ask questions like, well, will Paragon of Light ever be useful, given how strong Inner Fire Dragon Priest is right now? Well, a lot of those dragons are leaving. What about how strong the Flood Paladin is? Well, you know, a handful of the Flood cards are leaving. I think Rattling Blade, Steward of Darkshire, and Stand Against Darkness are all going out. And so, for that reason, anytime cards are being rotated out, I think it's important to just automatically lower your mental power level a little bit. There's certainly more sophisticated heuristics for adjusting that, such as really spending time looking, but if you don't want to study the old cards that are leaving, study the current meta, and then study the new cards and do that, just know you just back off a little bit. Just back off a little bit in your head about the power level of some of the decks that are going to exist. And for that reason, 2/5 stat line is not that impressive today, but on Thursday when all the cards rotate out, I actually think 2/5 stat line is going to be nice again. Alright, back into character. I have no clue if this card is good. On to the next one. Bellringer Sentry. Battlecry and Death Rattle, put a secret from your deck onto the battlefield. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good, good, good. Great. So good. So nice. This is a nice card. This is a good card. I like this card. This is a nice card. This is a good card. I think this is a good card. I think this is a good card. This is a nice card. I think Bellringer Sentry is going to be a very strong curve out to an aggressive secret paladin opening. I think this is just a good-ass card. This is a good-ass card. Silver Sword. Holy shit. Oh my god. There comes a point in every gamer's life when you break a rule you have for yourself. And that rule is the following. There are friends and family who you love, who are great people, but you don't talk to them about games because you sound like a child discussing Pokemon with his mother. You just don't bring up games because they don't even understand the first step. Have you ever tried to explain a card game to a family member that doesn't own a computer? Oh my god, I sound insane. There, like 2 or 3 times I've tried to tell my mom Hearthstone stories, and I sound like a moron because I get one sentence in and I back up and I'm like, well, okay, wait, so that there's this thing in card games called formats, and then one of the deck archetypes, and that, like, I'm trying to explain Q block to my mom. Can you try to imagine trying to explain Q block to your mother? Again, this is kind of like trying to explain the internet to my grandma. Oh, electricity flows through the air and becomes information. Like, no. Q block to the mom, no, hell no. But this sword, this lets me break the rule. After your hero attacks, give your minions +1/+1. This is so sick. I want to sit down with the barista at the coffee shop I go to and go, so, okay, so Paladin normally has lots of swarmy minions, and that's cool, except 1/1s is not a very powerful stat line. You can't chump block like you could in other card games. No, but then you have the Silver Sword and it has 4 durability, so you're getting a lot of extra value, and given how much I like making tokens, by the way, a token is a creature generated from something outside of being a card itself, like a Death Rattle effect. Death Rattle, by the way, is when a card dies. This card is great. I love this card. This is great. This card is great. This card is great. It's great. This is a solid 1 of 4 durability, means it's not going to be a good idea to run 2 because it's expensive, and when you play it out, it's just alive for a long time. So you don't want to flood too many weapons. I think this card is amazing. I think this is an amazing card. I think this card is amazing, baby, now. This is so good. Oh my god, this is so good. At some point, I am going to want to go look at the odd and even cost legendaries so I can re-reflect on that. Ooh, silver sword, silver sword. Yeah. Oh my god. If you have anything that has multiple minions, I love this card. I think this is so good. I think this card is so good. I think this is a sick card. And everyone's saying this card is trash, dude. You're wrong. You're wrong. Silver Sword, you have my permission to make a clip. You have my permission to make a clip showing people trying Silver Sword nonsense and it not working. You have my permission to do that. I'm going to make a really cool Silver Sword deck. And I was going to be like, oh my god, the meta. Oh, you need to find it. Oh. All right, here we go. All right. Hidden Wisdom. After your opponent plays 3 cards in a turn, draw 2 cards. Not great. Not good. Again, it's fine. It's, you know... It's fine. It's okay. I think that's relatively inconsistent that your opponent will play 3 cards in a turn. If you're against an aggro deck, very often they'll be playing 2 cards in a turn. 1 or 2 cards in a turn. If you're against a control deck, there will be turns in which they play 3 cards. It's slightly unpredictable. I think that perhaps that this would be good as a 1 of in a deck that allows for many cards to get drawn because it's going to proc eventually. Yeah. Cathedral Gargoyle. If you're holding a dragon, gain Taunt and Divine Shield. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've had bad experiences. I've been emotionally scarred by trying to run Dragon Paladins. I mean, honestly, the Dragon Paladin, how many times have I tried to get all those dragons to work together to form a winning plan? Cathedral Gargoyle synergizes with that, and just due to the stat line and the effects, this is, hey boys, shields up, heads down, forming a wall. Taunt and Divine Shield. We're the Cathedral Gargoyle, and we look mostly like a bird. This does not look like a gargoyle. This is a bird. What a faker. This is a cathedral bird. Oh, I'm a cathedral bird. Oh, I swear to God, I'm a gargoyle. Look at my credentials. That's fine. This card's fine. It's a fine little card. The Glass Knight. I've never seen this. Divine Shield. Whenever you restore health, gain Divine Shield. Oh, this card is awesome. This card is amazing. And the art looks so much like the terrible stuff I'd make in MS Paint as a child. Oh my god, True Silver Champion. I've been wondering where you've been all these years. Oh, I don't know, this guy Rallying Blade. I thought that he was having a good run, but I knew his career was going to tank eventually. Oh yeah, I completely agree. Hey, have you met my friend, the Glass Knife? The Glass Knight. Oh yes, that's it. Whenever you restore health, gain Divine Shield. Guess what? Guess what? The True Silver Champion, he is ready. The Glass Knight is ready. This is excellent. I love this card. I love this card. Now, what deck is going to be good? And I haven't considered how it's going to help us win the game, though. Oh, this card is amazing. The Glass Knief. Knief is German for knife. It's a great sounding word. Knief. Dude, whatever. This card, A+, 10s all around. Prince Liam, transform all 1-cost cards in your deck into legendary minions. I think that this card has... I think this card's good. I think it's a good card. I think it's a good card. It's great. Because there's almost certainly going to be some attempts at doing aggro archetypes with Paladin at some point. They already have some very nice aggressive tools. And Prince Liam is a great way to just suddenly increase the value of all your remaining cards. A huge problem that you wind up encountering if you're an aggressive deck is that you can run out of steam. You've played all the cards, you have basically 1 or no cards left in your hand, and you know that whatever you're drawing is going to be generally 1, 2, or 3 mana. So, because that's like 2/3 of the deck, 1, 2, and 3 mana, yuck. You play this, and then all of a sudden, a big chunk of your deck becomes more expensive cards. It's a bit of an RNG fiesta card, but I have the best RNG of anyone in the Hearthstone community. Yeah, I mean, especially if you can like Prince Liam and Divine Favor, just draw into all that stuff. Knief not German for knife? Am I wrong? It's okay. You'll call me on it. It's great. Divine Hymn, restore 6 health to all friendly characters. Oh, man. Dude, let me tell you. Someone in the Hearthstone team was like, wait a minute. I feel like priests should heal. And everyone went, you know, I guess that does make sense, right? We have the Divine Hymn. I'm actually going to scroll forward a little bit. We have the Squashling, a different methodology of health and healing. Quartz Elemental, again, deals with being healed back up, can't attack while damaged. I'm just going to keep scrolling down, because, yeah, when it friendly and healed, summon the Whelp. Let's see here. All right, yeah, no, I mean, there's just a lot of healing stuffs missing, I think, in the priest stuff. Typically, healing on your own minions is not something to get fist pumpy about. Cards die real fast in priest. They die real fast. I'm fine with this. No, it's bad. I think I haven't called a card not good in a while. And I think that we're just trying to hit a quota at this point. We're not trying to really predict cards or make an evaluation of Hearthstone. We gotta call a card bad like once out of every 5 cards. This is a bad card. I think the biggest benefit that you can get out of Divine Hymn is it's an excellent way to go Akanai, Divine Hymn, and clear your entire board. Squashling, sick. Squashling is it. Squashling is an in card. This guy's tight. Look at him. Look at the swagger on this pumpkin, man. He just popped right up out of the ground with his roots. He's walking around town having a good time bar hopping. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. Squashling, Echo, Battlecry, restore 2 health. I'm against a very scary, quite contrary board, Floody Man. Okay, I can go Squashling, 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 Squashling. Heal 10, have 5 2/1s. Nice. But what's really cool about Squashling, keep in mind, what's really cool about Squashling is that you can combine it with Akanai Soul Priest to build a board and burn him to death. I heard over the weekend that licking your lips can be very sexy. It's so wet. It's a good thing I have this paper towel roll still here. Let's go ahead and clean this up. That was gross for me too. Sorry about that. Alright, Squashling. Restore 2 health. Once again, for everyone who says, what is Echo? Echo is you can play this card multiple times in 1 turn. Multiple times in 1 turn. Please don't ever do that again. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry. That's the end of it. That's the last time I'll ever do it. I promise. Quartz Elemental. I think this card is great. I think this card is great because a 5-mana 5/8 is a stupid amount of stats. That is so many stats. I think in Odd Priest, Quartz Elemental is going to be ridiculous. I think that this is a top tier card. Because the odd, for you who don't know what I'm talking about with odd and even, one of the archetypes is that there's legendary cards that say at the start of your game, if your deck has only odd cost cards, do X. Or if your deck only has even cost cards, do X. And so, sorry, a little sniffly on my nose. And so one of the big sort of meta shapers is a legendary card that says if you only have odd mana cards, you upgrade your hero power. That means that priests will begin the game. They will begin the game with 4 healing hero power. It's so stupid. Just that plus Quartz Elemental is ridiculous, because if the Quartz Elemental has taken any damage at all that is less than 4, like if you deal 4 damage to this, it's a 5/4, still a little bit of a pain in the ass to kill, but you just heal the Quartz Elemental back up to full, and then you have a 5/8 again. This is I think sufficiently ridiculous on its own with that hero power that I'm willing to call this an absolute top tier card. Holy Water, deal 4 damage to a minion. If that kills it, add a copy of it to your hand. No, I'm not interested in your deceitful attempts to convince me that you're made of value. No, Holy Water. No, look at it. Look, it even has the hands in the shape of going hum-de-dum, didn't do anything illegal. Look at these hands right here of the little Holy Water. It's like, nope, totally innocent Holy Water over here. No, you're not. Look at this. 5 mana, deal 4 damage, and then add a copy of it to your hand. Do you like decks that are the slowest things possible? Then you'd love Holy Water. I mean, I guess what you could do is have 2 cards. The first that deals damage to a legendary, and then this Holy Water that then deals damage, that then kills it so that then you get it, is what I guess you can do. The amount of conditions that you need to keep track of to set this puppy up is 3, which is 2 more than any amount of conditions an American can process. And so I think that Holy Water is not good. And I think that if it winds up in a deck, it's because I'm trying to do a Shadow Priest again. And for that, I'm not sorry. I think this is a bottom ranker. Coffin Crasher, Death Rattle. Summon a Death Rattle minion from your hand. This card's great. This is a good card. This is a good card. This card right here, this one right here, this card here, yeah, it's a good card. This one here, it's a good card. Oh yeah, this card's good. Yeah, the Coffin Crasher is going to feel real nice to put into a deck that has cards. Priest decks often have those. This is really nice. This is good. Death Rattle. Summon a Death Rattle minion from your hand. Coffin Crasher. It should just be called Coffin Crasher, comma, Obsidian Statue. Death Rattle. Summon the Obsidian Statue that's definitely in your hand. This is just a very nice curve-out effect for Priest. I gotta be honest, Obsidian Statue I thought was the sickest card that Priest had in the past, or in the set that it was in. But the problem with Obsidian Statue is that 9 mana sucks. 9 mana is... I almost think all 8 mana legendaries have a huge leg up on 9 mana legendaries just due to how many valuable things you can do with 2 mana. And so Coffin Crasher, by the way, this art is very funny. I think that the Coffin Crasher, giving you the opportunity to cheat out the Obsidian Statue, gives it extraordinarily strong value. So I'm going to just give this a big old thumbs up. This art is so funny. All right, Night Scale Matriarch. Whenever a friendly minion is healed, summon a 3/3 whelp. This card is, first of all, the biggest bomb in Arena. This card, this shouldn't be allowed in Arena, okay? This card is, oh my god, this card is so sick in Arena, because 4/9, yeah, you're not ever going to clear a 4/9 in Arena with minions. Vomit, 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 vomit. Night Scale Matriarch, you bop a dude, you heal this dude. You bop a dude, you heal this dude. This is incredible. Like, Hogger is just a chump that's a 4/4 that makes 2/2s. Ugh. Night Scale Matriarch is, like, severely overpowered in Arena under all circumstances. I mean, the 7 mana 4/9 is just mind-boggling. I think that in Constructed, yeah, it was pretty good. I think Nightscale Matriarch is it's a really good priest card. It's going to go super good in the Odd Priest. Yeah, look at that. It's odd mana, 7 mana. 7 manitas. Whenever a friendly minion is healed, summon a 3/3 whelp. Oh my god. Chef's kiss good. I think Nightscale Matriarch might actually be excellent in the Odd Priest. Like an Odd Dragon Priest. Vivid Nightmare. Choose a friendly minion, summon a copy of it with 1 health remaining. Swipe left. No thanks, Vivid Nightmare. You might have a great personality, but honestly, everything I'm seeing in the text here really makes me upset. Vivid Nightmare, swipe left on this one. Choose a friendly minion, summon a copy of it with 1 health remaining. Like, it's slow. First, I need a sufficiently intimidating minion. And then I need to play Vivid Nightmare. And then I can heal it. I mean, it's really... The reason I'm recoiling at Vivid Nightmare is that I have to have the scary card out. And then I can Vivid Nightmare it. I think this is not that great. I mean, the one benefit of this is that it's not setting the health to 1. It has 1 health remaining, so you can heal it. Something of which I was not confused by. I still think this is a complete swipe left card. Yeah, because I mean, like, if you have an Obsidian statue down, and he can't clear it, and then you Vivid Nightmare it, and heal the Vivid Nightmared one... Yeah, I don't know. There's probably a stupid combo that's going to be good with this card, but it doesn't make it a good card. It's a bad card. Bad card. Glitter Moth. Battle Cry. If your deck has only odd cost cards, double the health of your other minions. Bad. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 100, actually. Didn't even show up to the final. Did, but didn't have a number 2 pencil and asked if anyone could lend him one, and no one could, so the Glitter Moth was like, well, I guess that's not my responsibility to take this test. Went to 0. There it is. There it is. My nose is so tickly. My cats have been just shedding like crazy. And not even like crazy. Look at this. If your deck has only odd cost cards, double the health of your other minions. Oh yeah, I'm an odd-only beatdown deck. Bad. Not good. Get out of here. Chameleos. Oh, yes. Oh my god, it's the SCB of Hearthstone. Never dies. Finds out everything. Chameleos. Each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a card your opponent is holding. It's the Scout. It's the Scout. It will go to your hand and find out what you're doing. Chameleos. Oh my god, yes. Chameleos. Chameleos is just so stupidly good. Because you're just going to be able to find out exactly what your opponent has at all points in time. Yeah, that's right. Army of Wands says, "Will butter my biscuit." You know it. Lady in White casts Enter Fire on every minion in your deck. I'm on the fence on this one because the Inner Fire Priest decks right now are just bonkers, right? They blow you up real fast. What if you could play the Inner Fire thing? Whoa! I think it feels doper than it is. I think the biggest benefit to Lady in White is if you just have a lot of already existing strong cards, like Ysera or Obsidian Statue. Lady in White makes them good, right? Helps them out a little bit. But obviously, Lady in White does not have the biggest benefit of the Inner Fire decks, which is the ability to cast Divine Spirit first to double the health. So this I think is, I'd almost view it as a marginal value card. If you have a priest deck that has a control structure to it and a couple of cards, you might just go, oh, actually, you know what? I think that I have enough space for one extra card. I'm just going to put the Lady in White in because, you know, it'll have some synergy with, you know, big things like Ysera, Obsidian Statue. I also learned that this does not do anything to your hand. So if you have a big hand of cards and you play Lady in White, it's only the cards that are in the deck. And for any of you who did not think about this, this has anti-synergy with Twilight Drake, because a Twilight Drake is a 4/1 with a battle cry, so it becomes a 1/1. Similarly, the Injured Blade Master is a 4/7 with battle cry, deal 4 damage to yourself. So it becomes a 7/7 with battle cry, deal 4 damage to yourself. Cheap Shot, Echo, deal 2 damage to a minion. Great card. Great. This is so good. This is value USA. I mean, this is spectacular. This is a spectacular little card. Oh my god. Look at, these are all the people who are like trying to pre-order. They're like, give me my cards. Yeah, deal 2 damage to a minion. Oh my. Echo. Persicom says bad card. I think what you mean is good card, because I think that you actually didn't spell any of the words in your sentence correctly, nor did you choose them correctly, because you're wrong, Persicom. Yeah, I think this is a fansational card. This is excellent. I gotta be honest, I sometimes struggle with SI7 agents in rogue decks. There's some obnoxious to remove things that this doesn't have to deal with, because it's not about damaged or undamaged or setting up with combos. You just blast it off. Blink Fox, add a random card to your hand. You know what? I reject all of these cards. I'm in firm rejection of every single one of these add a random card to your hand things. Blink Fox, it's not okay that this was printed. It's not okay. It's not okay that this was printed. It's not okay. It's actually hurtful. It's hurtful to people who play games to have fun. Cutthroat Buccaneer, combo, give your weapon +1 attack. Oh, it's a combo, it's not a battle cry. Okay. I mean, Kingsbane players are happy. Could be good. Could be good. Could be good. I'm not over the moon about this. Like, what are you gonna do? Have a 1/2 and make it like a 2/2 and be like, "Rrr." I think it's just not great, but I imagine a Kingsbane Rogue is going to convince themselves, gosh, I really lost out. Like, Naga Corsairs rotated out, so yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's a fine card. Doesn't do anything for me. Pickpocket Echo out of random class to Euro class. I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with all these random cards. I mean, they were basically like, you know what? We think that Mage has had fun having total bullshit happen. Let's let Rogue have total bullshit happen. I think that the thing that I'm really concerned about with Pickpocket is that this could actually be hugely game-changing. Like Burgle, no one really went super ham on Burgle's hallucination. Pretty nice hallucination. Shaku the Collector had some show-ups. So I like, when I initially look at this, I think this card sucks. I think intuitively I feel like this is bad. But on turn 10, you can draw 5 cards for 10 mana. It's an expensive draw, but, you know, whatever. But the problem that I have is I'm thinking about something like Kabbalist Tome, 5 mana, add 3 random mage spells to your hand. That card's actually turned out to be really nice and completely random, and I don't want Pickpocket to be that. Therefore, shame. No. Mistwraith, whenever you play an Echo card, gain +1/+1. Good stats, a lot of Echo cards. Could be horrifyingly intimidating. I almost view this as a slightly sturdier questing adventurer, which has had a long history of showing up at various times in Miracle Rogue decks. So I think that the Mist Wraith might have some possibility, especially given that I am just going to be, we went far. I'm absolutely going to be running cheap shots in decks. I think this is great. I think this is great. Cursed Castaway Rush, draw a combo card from your deck. This card, I feel like, wants me to love it. I feel like this card is saying, "Oh, look at me! Look at the value I have within me." But I don't know. Here's how I interpret this card. 6 mana, deal 5 damage, draw a card. Okay, what are things that deal 5 damage? Well, we have Silent Strike, which is 3 mana, and it's conditional. There's actually not terribly many things that deal 5 damage, outside of, like Arcanite Reaper, things like that. So 6 mana to deal the 5 damage, we might say, okay, like 3 damage, or excuse me, 3 mana to deal the 5 damage. 3 mana to deal the 5 damage. Maybe we might call 5 damage like a 4-ish mana effect. Starfall can deal 5 damage, but it also has the ability to deal 2 damage to everything. Lava Burst has Overload, and it deals 5 damage at 3. So I feel like I would value dealing 5 damage at around 4. I think it's fair to say. And then draw a combo card from your deck. I'm spending 2 mana to do some fixing, to draw exactly what we want. And if my only combo cards are like Minstrels, has some value. I think that this card is as equally exciting as Kidnapper, which, as you'll recall, was not that exciting. Right? So you know what, Cursed Castaway? You can cast away yourself to last pick in Arena, where someone's like, I guess I'll put this one in there. Spectral Cutlass, Lifesteal. Whenever you play a card from another class, gain +1 durability. Welcome to DIY Kingsbane! It begins with Lifesteal. Nice. All Kingsbane players want that Lifesteal on that there Kingsbane, but whenever you play a card from another class, gain +1 durability. What a jerk card. This is just a jerk. Burgling is not meant for rogues. Rogues do no such burgling. They're thieves, but they're not burglars, okay? No one would ever want to be accused of being, he's one of the world's most famous burglars. No, the burglability that rogues have right now really this card actually seems pretty good. I hate to say it. I mean, if you Deadly Poison start playing other cards, like 1 Deadly Poison, it's a 4/2. True Silver Champion, sick card. Additional durability coming out all the time. Sick. I mean, this is just a jerky thing. This is just jerky, man. I'm done with this. Wanted. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If that kills it, add a coin to your hand. Very flavorful. So flavorful that I'm going to get some coffee. Everyone stay right there. Here's my pants. Hi, Sheriff. We're getting some coffee, honey. I'm back. Everything I've said thus far has been completely correct. I just need a little bit more caffeine because, let's be honest, I really like to drink a lot of coffee. I gotta make sure my body gets its fix. Wanted. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If that kills it, add a coin to your hand. Bad. Wait. Okay. This card definitely sucks. However, think of how many times you've wanted to do some really stupid 12 mana combos, but you can't do it because you can't get mana out of thin air. But Wanted lets you. Wanted lets you. Okay, dude, oh my gosh, it's time to open up the Druid card bank and look at everything and ask ourselves, what is the 12 mana combo? Wanted lets us set that stuff up. And you might be going, yeah, but when else ever has there been a 12 mana combo that has worked? First of all, real interesting sentence structure. 2, think about Mind Blast Priest. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, this is Rogue. I'm an idiot, dude. I'm a moron. Dude, you know what? I might have seen the brown and went, Druids are brown, and then just went from there. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, okay, you know, yeah, all that. I had a really interesting emotional arc recently. It was a big emotional arc. Yeah, a lot happened. A lot happened. It was a lot of the emotional arc that I felt when I was in the line at the movie theater to see The Matrix Reloaded, which I found out was originally named The Matrix Recycled. When I came out, I was like, but I saw the first one and I saw the trailer, so it can't. You know, I really, the arc of looking at Wanted, this is a rogue card. This is a rogue card. There it is. All right, so this card is, this is a card. So the Face Collector, Echo, Battlecry, add a random legendary minion to your hand. Face Collector is just a jerky card. A lot of jerky rogue cards. Jerky, jerky, jerks. It's a good thing we got the Foul of the Race Striders. By the way, I'm enjoying a nice brew of cold brew coffee from Trader Joe's. Test Greymane. Replay every card from another class you've played this game. Targets chosen randomly. Why is this the rogue? Why? Oh my god. You know, I actually kind of have a feeling that rogue's power lies in a lot of the old cards getting rotated out, because a lot of the staple rogue cards are classics. Your Gadgetsans, your SI7s, your Backstabs, your Eviscerates, your Foulmouth, all these kinds of cards, right? And I think that maybe with the rotation out, rogue actually suddenly maybe it was at like this power level, and here's the power level of the current decks, and once all the rest of the cards rotated out, maybe Rogue's actually doing pretty good, and they're just like, well, let's just give him some bullshit, because Tess Greymane, she's like, I didn't know what my identity should be. So it's every other class card that you play it again. I mean, I'm gonna run an entirely burgly deck. I'm gonna run that entirely, but I want you to know the deep sense of shame I'll feel while doing so. Alright, Zap. Are we done? Are we good? I think we're good. I think we reviewed the share of the Rogue card. Let me tell you something. Wanted. This is so good in Druid. That's so good in Druid. Once again, you have permission to make clips about this card review, because I'm really nailing this shit. This is one of the best performances of my life. Zap. Deal 2 damage to a minion, overload 1. Excellent card. This card is so good. This card is great. Deal 2 damage to a minion. No conditions, like it has to be undamaged. Overload 1, I think, is a very comfortable effect. And honestly, the Amethyst Spellstone decks are very effective. I really think that I spent a ton of time exploring the, not the Amethyst Spellstone, the Sapphire Spellstone for Shaman. And Zap is an excellent activator for the Spellstone. I think it has a huge synergy with the Unbound Elemental. So I think that there's some options. This is, I think, maybe my favorite Overload card that's ever been printed. Because I look at this and it's just sensible and muted in its impact. This is just really cool. Like turn 3, play the Unbound Elemental, blow up a dude. So good. This is a fantastic card. The best Shaman card that we've seen yet. I truly enjoy saying things that are done. I truly do. Witch's Apprentice. It's an 0/1 taunt totem battle cry. Add a random shaman spell to your hand. I think it's actually fine. I think it's more fine than I want to give it credit for. The fact that it's a taunt is a remarkably consistent, useful thing for a control shaman. So I actually think this is way better than I would ever want to give it credit for, especially because of some of the cards that we'll see later. So I think that Witch's Apprentice is, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's a fine card. I think it will wind up in plenty of control decks. Ghost Light Angler is an awesome card. I think this card is... Is it? Oh shit, is this a bad card? This card's awesome. Okay, let me run you through it. First of all, procs the Murloc quest. Oh, I don't know. I don't even have to be a Murloc shaman anymore. I literally just play the Murloc quest, control, and then I'll eventually get my Mega Man, and then I'll have, you know, a burst of value out of there. This helps me think that perhaps there's a way to actually activate that as just running 2 Ghostlight Anglers and the 1 quest. That's kind of interesting. I also think that it's a nice value card for proccing Hagatha, because Hagatha says anytime you play a creature, put a spell in your hand. I think that it has... It just filling the board up with 2/2s with 1 card, I think is just really nice. I think it's just really, really, really nice. This took me a while to look through. I think the Murloc is the most significant thing that I initially overlooked that gives it a lot more possibility. I think that this card is going to be just really powerful. I think it's going to be really powerful because there's a few things that have historically been true in Hearthstone. First of all, things that give value now, vastly undervalued initially. So for instance, the Bone Mare. It's a body and it gives buff to another body. So you get a bunch of stats right now. I mean, yeah, it has a conditional, but as long as conditions are met, now it becomes strong. Or Mysterious Challenger. Yeah, it has a lot of conditions, but if you play it now, it gets strong now, because you get the Christmas tree of stuff. And the things that have historically been overvalued are the things that do something in a deferred fashion. So, for instance, what are things that have just gotten me really, really excited? There's just like some control cards that have got me really excited, but you know, another thing that's I just think generally undervalued is very, very flexible cards. Very, very flexible cards. So this has just so many flexible things though. Tyrion though, Tyrion's another great example of a card that just has huge impact now. Taunt, Divine Shield, huge body, and then immediately gives you the weapon when it dies. It's great. Yeah, things that need a long time out on the board in order to do things are pretty sick. Or are pretty overvalued generally. But this, I think, has so much flexibility being a Murloc. I actually think this card's nice. I think it's a really, really nice card. Hell, even if you're against aggro, you can run out 2/2/2s on turn 4, which is a good way to do some slowing down, and you're only spending 1 card. Blazing Invocation. Discover a Battlecry minion. Dude, I don't even know. I don't know what this card is about. I have no clue. All the Discover a Blank thing suck consistently. Discover a Taunt minion. Discover an Overload minion. Now discover a Battlecry minion. Yeah. It's not great. It's not a nice... This is a no tier. This does not even make it to the tier list. Doesn't. We're rejecting Blazing Invocation vehemently. Earth in Might. Give a minion +2/+2. If it's an elemental, add a random elemental to your hand. I sense an archetype being foisted upon me. I think this card is very good. I think this card is very good because I think Earth and Might is a very, very good card because aggro druid that gives +2/+2 to a beast, and then lets you draw a card, that's a very scary, solid card in aggro druid, and I think that the power level is going to be reset a little bit. So I think that Earth and Might, giving you +2/+2 for 2, is pretty good. And then, like, if I'm doing an elemental aggro deck, add a random elemental to your hand. I think this could be very, very, very good. This could be very, very, very good. I have confidence in this card. Spark Eel. If your deck has only even cost minions, deal 2 damage. Dude, come on, man. I don't get excited by the even cost things. Odd cost, mega hero power, mwah. If your deck has only even cost cards, deal 2 damage. Spark Eel gets a deferred rating. Seriously, it has to come back again because I don't know what to do with this card. 2/3 for 2 with a battle cry, deal 2 damage is good. What the hell else are you going to do with an even cost shaman? Okay, let's be honest. This card would be great in an even cost shaman deck if there's some other amazing even effect in shaman that you're trying to enable. Spark Eel is not a card you build a deck around. No, very bad Spark Eel, very bad. No. I'm going to come back and reevaluate this. Taunt, Battlecry, destroy your totems, gain +2/+2 for each destroyed, and it's 4. Okay, so if I have 1 totem, here's the thing. This card, when I first look at it, I'm like, this sucks. But then I look at it more, and I'm like, this is great. Because if you have 1 totem, it's a 4/5 with Taunt. And if you have 2 totems, it's a 6/7 with Taunt. So if you're able to summon a sufficient amount of totems, Totem Cruncher can be very intimidating. It's too conditional. It's not good. It's going to get set in the file for a later time. We're going to call it a 0 out of 100. Bog Shaper. Whenever you cast a spell, draw a minion from your deck. Okay, let's ask the question, why would this ever be good? It's that I play this, and because my deck has only large minions that I really want on the field, I cast some spells in order to draw those. 7 mana, 4/8 on the stats, not good. On the effect, I'd probably want to cast a spell on the turn that it's played. It seems really, really slow. It just seems slow, right? Because I play this, then I blow up a guy with a spell, and then I draw a bigger guy, and then I play that and cast another spell and draw a bigger guy. I mean, I know how I can proc this. Bog Shaper and Zap. Boom, there it is. But like, but then what? This is, I think the interesting aspect about this is that this is an elemental. And for that reason, if you are imagining a mid-range elemental deck, elemental decks traditionally have interesting forms of card draw. So if you kind of had a mid-range type of elemental deck that ran a few early board control-y things, then you started to play some dudes down, Bog Shaper is a nice way to just continue to draw elementals. I can't imagine more than a 1-of being necessary here. Yeah, nope, not, don't like it. Bad. Hagatha the Witch. After you play a minion, add a random shaman spell to your hand. Honestly, Battlecry, deal 3 damage to all minions is very, 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 very good. I think this is a very nice Battlecry effect. There's a theoretically nice value effect out of Bewitch because you can just sort of exhaust. I think I'm going to give Hagatha a very strong rating. I think that I'm going to give this a firm B. I think I'm going to give it a firm B. Because I don't like random effects, but You'll recall that when I ran the Frostlich Jaina Fatigue Mage deck, the ability to draw extra cards out of Kabbalist Tomes allows me to get value without drawing cards from my deck. So I win in the Fatigue battle, and I'm still producing a lot of cards. This obviously has a huge synergy with the 2/2 Echo Murloc we were looking at earlier. Therefore, I think that we can get a lot of card value out of this. And also, when we Snutterdog, our opponent, see, when I first read this card, it says repeat all battle cries from cards you played this game. I forgot that some cards that are not creatures have battle cries, such as Hagatha the Witch. Hagatha has a battle cry, but is not a creature. Also, in my head, I sort of programmed then, like, oh, if you have a Serenite Chain Gang, how long can this go on? For whatever reason, my head registered this as, oh, okay, it'll repeat the other battle cry. So when I play the Shudderwalk, it will produce an additional Serenite Chain Gang guy, right? I was like, I'll get 5 Serenite Chain Gangs. No. Shudderwalk, the battle cry is summon a copy of this minion. So if you play several Serenite Chain Gangs, when you play Shudderwalk, you'll get several Shudderwalks. How does this work with Yogg? Well, it just does all the battle cries that happen, and it also does Yogg's battle cry. So that's, you can get some real ridiculous effects on this, but I think the big benefit of this is if you run 2 Serenite Chain Gangs, when you play this, you'll at the very least get 3 6/6s. I think this is, I actually really think that this is a sensational card. I think it's a sensational card. I really think this is a sensational card. I think there's a number of combos that Shudderwalk enable that are ridiculous, such as you get 2 N'Zoths, right? You play, if you have a Battlecry Light deck, you play a lot of Death Rattle minions. You N'Zoth the Death Rattle minions, then you play Shudderwalk, and it's just another N'Zoth. I actually think Shudderwalk is an exceptional card. I think this is one of the big upcoming boosters for shamans that people are going to be like, oh my god, brah. Witchwood, Imp Stealth, give a demon +1 health. Witchwood, Imp Stealth. Oh, it's Stealth Death Rattle, give a random friendly minion +2 health. N'Zoth's rotating out. Oh, that's true. All the old gods are rotating out, so you'll have that combo in Wild. But I think more importantly, if you just have like a really epic battle cry, you can just have one really epic battle cry creature, and then Snatcher Dock. What is the name of this card again? Flashwoggle? Shudderwalk. I don't know how this doesn't stick. I have tried to relearn this like 8 times now, whatever. So Warlock is the class for which I have the least memory of what the impactful rotations out will be. And I say this because, you know, there's big bursty removal, or big bursty things that are getting removed, like Jades. All the Jades are gone. Tons of the Dragons are rotating out. All of the Gods are rotating out, and all their supporting cards, like Cthulhu dudes. But with Warlock, their current archetype, the Cube Lock, almost all the cards associated with Cube Lock are sticking. So I'm unsure about what is leaving Warlock. I mean, I know Cube Lock is going out. I think the only card... N'Zoth is rotating out, so that's one thing that they're going to lose. The cubes are new. Doomguards, Voidlards are new. Spellstone. Mistress of Mixtures is rotating out. I think it's those 3. Is it just those 3? I see some people now typing Mistress in chat. But who knows? We know Cube Lock is there to stay, but I'm curious about some of these zoo archetypes, because there's this really interesting thing that came from, you know, you may have heard me talk about this a lot when I was doing a lot of StarCraft commentary and dailies, that there's often what I would call invisible walls, which is that, for instance, in early game Zerg vs. Protoss in Brood War, you really don't see a lot of Hydralisks. they're powerful mid-game units, but you just don't see them in the early game. And it's a very reasonable question. Like, what would you do if a Zerg did build, say, 3-hatch Hydra and attack you very, very quickly? And things like that. And the answer is that just typically you just don't really, you don't really do that because it's just weak for just a lot of small reasons. And so, you know, it's just not strong enough, right? It's not like a super clear answer. Like, oh, if he builds Hydras, you already have anti-Hydras, so it's not going to work. It's a little subtle. And so when I think about zoo decks, I sort of think about how that subtlety winds up playing out, where if I have a lot of cards that can get just enough advantage, like the Knife Juggler being a 3-2 instead of a 2-2, or the Imp Gang Boss being able to just get a few extra 1/1s out, this is enough to make a zoo deck really strong. Or, on the flip side, if there is just enough removal and just like a handful of consistent answers in 2 or 3 of the top meta decks, boom, Zoo is just not even played. And therefore, when I look at something like Witchwood Imp, I'm like, what are the new problems that Zoo's going to encounter? My intuition says that this is not a great card. This is not a great card at all. A 1/1 for 1 that lets you choose a target to give +2 health. Therefore, you get an unpredictable 1/3 for 1 with no other effect. I look at this and I think this sucks. I really think that this is a shit card. I don't know, Dusk Bat. If your hero took damage this turn, summon 2 1/1 bats. Holy shit. Number 1 tier. Amazing. Number 1. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, that is... Holy cow. Oh my god, Imp Gang Boss. Looks like we found all your good qualities and then some. Wow, all cards aren't created equal. My bad. Dusk Bat. Holy sh... Gah. Gah. Okay, here's why this is an unbelievable card. This is why this is an unbelievable... Sweet mercy, this is a good card. On turn 3, if you get a 2/4 out, that is a stat line that is difficult to deal with on turn 3 for many of the classes. 4 health. It's going to require quite a lot of effort from the opponent to be able to... It's a battle cry. You know, I know that I know how to read, but sometimes when I look at moments like this, I wonder what I was looking at. Like, I'm confident that I can read. I know I can. This says Battle Cry. If your hero took damage this turn, summon 2 1/1 bats. I thought it was a trigger. I really feel like it should have said Raid. If your hero took damage this turn, summon 2 1/1 bats. Then it's going to be amazing. The Raid keyword here would have been fantastic. So, this card is Imp Gang Boss. I just want to say I was being impulsive, and that was wrong. And I miss you. Will you take me back? What keyword is Raid? It's a Magic the Gathering keyword. That's if one of your creatures attack this turn, trigger the Raid effect. This card's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's quite a lot of value. Like if you can imp, Flaming Imp. What's his name? The 3/2 deal 3 damage to yourself for 1 mana. Like if you played that in the Dustbat on turn 4, yeah, a lot of value. This is... Yeah. Flame Imp. Flimp. I mean, you can have like the Darkshire Librarian. I mean, maybe this is actually better than I think. It's not a turn 3 play for sure, though. So we have the Librarian. We also have the Vile Homunculus, the 2/4 taunt that deals 2. Yeah, so there's actually more triggers in this, and of course felt like the not the Felguard, the 5/6 for 4 that has Battlecry deal 5 damage. It's pretty good. I actually think Dust Bat's pretty great. You know what? He's amazing. He's so good. Whatever, man. Bat. Ah! Look at his face. He's so cute. Ah! Yeah, Pit Lord. That's the one that I like. Fiendish Circle. Summon 4 1/1 imps. Unless there's an Imp Gobbler here that synergizes with this card this is like that Whispering Wisp attempt at Stand Against Darkness that we pooped on right at the outset of the show. And I think Fiendish Circle, I mean, look, is this a jacuzzi you want to spend your evening in? It's all green and gross and ugh. They're all happy to be in there. I don't want to get in a jacuzzi with a bunch of happy looking gremlins. Yeah, I think this is not good. 4 1/1 imps is not doesn't seem great. I mean, like, there was a period of time where there was the 0 mana, spend all your mana, summon a 1/1 for each thing, and that even started to phase out because it was not great. I mean, Fiendish Circle is like, hey, do you run Defile? Because I run this card, and I want you to just, you know, feel like you have an inflated ego. Dark Possession, deal 2 damage for a friendly character, discover a demon. There's enough effects that proc. This could be good. 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 I actually think that this is one of the first good discover things, because a lot of the demons are highly synergistic in Warlock. I think this is solid. Deal 2 damage to a friendly character. There's a lot of things that proc. God, my nose is so tickly, man. I got so much Despy hair on me. There are a sufficient number of Warlock cards that proc on deal 2 damage that I think Dark Possession might be just a 2 of. I mean, like, you can hit yourself, play the bat. You can pop a... What's some of the other deal damage things? The fact that it's Discover a Demon, I think that the Demon's synergies is really nice. Yeah, 1 mana to discover isn't good. It is a little expensive. Amethyst Spellstone, that's what I was thinking of, was the other thing that this could possibly proc. But you probably wouldn't even want to run that if you're doing something aggro. Maybe mid-range it could be acceptable. Curse of Weakness, Echo, give all enemy minions -2 attack until your next turn. Interesting. Interesting. Give all enemy minions -2 attack until your next turn. What do I even think about this? Wow. One of the things that's just shocking to me is it's give all enemy minions -2 attack until your next turn. So I can play this and then hit him in the face, and then it's his turn, and then he can't even attack my dudes, and then it's my turn again, and I can hit him again. We can also do something like play the Curse of Weakness to reduce all the attack damage and play a Doomsayer, which would be more of a control-ish move, but I don't think we need to do that. Yes, he says, give all enemy minions -2 attack until your next turn. That's really strong. I think that this is a nice way to tempo out in an aggressive Warlock deck, right? You're building the board, he starts to play some things. If it's taunts, if it's lots of small dudes that could trade well with you, you just play a bunch of Curse of Weaknesses. I think that the one really interesting possible combo is you could play this 3 times for 6 mana to give everything -6 attack, and then play the Void Ripper, flip, and blow everything up. There's also a new card that's a 2/7 that's destroy everything with 2 or less attack, and it's 6, I think, or it's a 2/6 for 7 that has some synergy with that. I really think that the big thing is the Void Ripper, which is the neutral 3/3 that swaps attack and health. I think this is a fascinating card. And I actually genuinely think that this is going to make an appearance in both control and aggressive decks. This is going to be a really Again, this is not a Coward's card review. This will be a commonly used card in the future. Blood Witch. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to your hero. What? What? There needs to be way more stuff that procs on damage to hero. There needs to be way more stuff. We've seen the bats, but this is like the anti-Priest of the Feast. Are we serious with this? Oh, of course she's holding an apple. You know what else is not good? The very first card we looked at, the Witchwood apple. She's having herself a Witchwood apple. It's poisoned her mind. Isn't that sad? I almost scrolled back to the exact correct location. I think that there needs to be way more I want to take damage to my face effect. Like this could possibly be the best synergy card for future cards printed. For present cards, I'm thinking a big, fat, sopping, wet nope. Ratcatcher. Rush. Destroy a friendly minion and gain its attack and health. Rat. You know, almost all the Warlock cards that have been Gobble Up a Friend have been bad. Even the Ravenous Pterodax. Even the Ravenous Pterodax did not really have value in Zoo. I think that the one circumstance in which I think a Ratcatcher could actually have huge value is in a cube block. You cube a thing, then you gobble your own cube to become a huge rush thing, and then you bang into the face. Cube block's already just like insanely good, so I'm trying to think about Ratcatcher in an aggressive context, and I really don't think there's that many aggressive values. I mean, I've been so unimpressed with all the destroy a friend in order to become stronger. I think I've just consistently been unimpressed with that. I feel like this might be a nice one of in a Q block. Probably not a nice two of. Like replacing a Zoth with Ratcatcher, that could be good. One thing that I want to look at is how many... So there's this sort of tipping point that exists. Okay, here's my theory. And you know what? This is not a theory. I'm about to throw some facts down, okay? Listen to me. In Hearthstone right now, there's a whole lot of eggs that don't do anything until they get blowed up, right? You know, like the Devilsaur egg. It's a 0/3 that when it dies, it summons a 5/5 Devilsaur. There's also a number of cards, like the 1 mana 1/1 that gobbles one of your friends and becomes a 3/3. There's the Ravenous Pterodax, the 4 mana 4/4 that if you gobble a friend, you get to adapt twice. The danger of all of these types of combos is that there weren't enough targets and not enough activators to build a deck around it. And for that reason, if you were trying to run a gobble your friends to make yourself stronger, but it's good to gobble your friends sort of deck, it would be very inconsistent. I tried to make this work a ton of times, where I would just have a bunch of eggs that I couldn't pop, and I'd draw the Pterodax, eat an egg, and then lose the game the next turn. Or I'd have like a Pterodax and the Sanguine whatever, with a Sanguine Reveler. That's what a Sanguine Reveler. I'd have a Sanguine Reveler and a Pterodax. I wouldn't be able to target anything, so I'd have to eat one of my own dudes that was good. It was so bad. It was so bad. So I think that maybe if you have Ratcatchers and Sanguine Revelers and a lot of eggs and maybe cubes, you could actually have a kind of a mid-range or aggressive Zoolock Swarm deck that could actually be very effective. Deathweb Spider Battlecry. If your hero took damage this turn, gain lifesteal. No. Nah. Nuh-uh. Nah, dude, no. What are you gonna get me all excited about lifesteal? Ugh. Yeah, no, Deathweb Spider, not into this. It's a beast. Whatever. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's whatever. you know, there's cards that are dealing damage to my face in order to enable this to help me heal damage to my face, and I'm not excited about any of the damage effects. So, I mean, actually, maybe if I Pit Lord and then I Deathweb Spider, doesn't that sound cool? It doesn't, because this is a battle cry, so seems tough, seems tough. Glinda Crowskin. Minions in your hand have echo. I want to note some very specific things about this card text, because I read all of it and stopped to think about it. Look at me becoming the epitome of learning. Glinda Crowskin doesn't say battle cry, minions in your hand gain echo. This just says as an active effect, minions in your hand have echo. Therefore, Glinda needs to live. Glinda. Glinda, Glinda, Glinda. So I think that Glinda, what a name, Glinda. It doesn't even feel good with my mouth to say. If I Glinda and then wait a turn, there's spectacular outcomes that can occur. But I don't know if Glinda's ever going to be able to live. What if we play here and we have 4 mana remaining? What cool things could we do? I mean, we could play a bunch of Librarians and deal 8 damage to ourselves. We could play, like, Infinite Wisps. That's pretty tight. Maybe we could get Summoning Portal to work with this. You play the Summoning Portal, it sticks. You play a cheap Glinda, and then just slam down a bunch of Mountain Giants. Hey! Hey! Man. I think Glinda is embarrassed to have been printed. That's what I think. Look at Glinda. She's just trying to hide. She's like, no, don't pick me in your deck. I don't know, man. I'm going to try to definitely get an Infinite Echo Giants to work in Warlock. That's going to be a goal of mine. Lord Godfrey. Oh, look at his fashion sense. Oh, my God. Look at this guy. The tryhard in high school. Look at him. He's got his hat and his pauldrons. And he's got a little strong corset on to show off his figure. And then it flares back out again. So that way he's got that X-line physique. But he has bad acne. So he's got the high collar and the hat to cover up any ability to see his face. And he's like, hey, girl. Hey, you like my gun blaster? Deal 2 damage to all other minions. If any die, repeat this battle cry. Oh my God, I didn't read the text. Godfrey is the best card in this entire expansion. He's said that like 5 times already. Lord Godfrey is ridiculous. His fashion sense is on point. You are the next Master Chef. Lord Godfrey is so good, so great. So good. This is Defile. This is Defile. But bigger. Bigger. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. No, a shiver went all the way down my spine. This is so good. This is Defile 2.0. Ah, that's good. Warlocks are like, yeah, you know what? I was feeling low on board clears. That's good that we managed to fill that gap in there. One thing that I think is very significant to note about this is that Lord Godfrey is an odd cost card. And if you wanted to make yourself an odd Warlock, note that odd Warlock is your hero power costs 2 and it reads draw a card. You don't take damage. You just draw a card for 2 each turn if you are an odd cost only Warlock. And so Lord Godfrey is the great way to have a sweeper instead of Defile. Well, actually, almost all the sweepers are even costed. Defile is 2, Hellfire is 4, Twisting Nether is 8. So Lord Godfrey at the 7 spot is so good. Let's look at Warrior. I think we're going to have to go all the way to the bottom of this. Yeah. Okay. Baku the Moon Eater. Start of the game. If your deck has only odd cost cards, upgrade your hero power. Mage, your Fire Blast deals 2 damage. Priest, you heal for 4. Warrior, you armor up for 4. Shaman, you get to choose the totem. Oh my God, that's such a weak one. Rogue, equip a 2/2 dagger or something. I think the Rogue sucks. I know that for Druid, it's get +2 attack and +2 armor. For Hunter, it's deal 3 damage to the face. For Paladin, it's summon 2 1/1s, and then we have one more. For Warlock, it's draw a card without taking any damage. Just draw a card. So, Baku the Moon Eater, I really feel like is extraordinarily relevant too when we look at these cards, because Warpath Echo deal 1 damage to all minions. Amazing, right? It's like an advanced Sleep with the Fishies. This seems like a super good card, but I really think that Warrior is going to be all about the gain 4 armor. It's going to be all about the tank up. So I think that Warpath is an extraordinarily nice, flexible A+ card. It's a great card, but I just think that Odd Warrior is going to be really, 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 really good. Woodcutter's Axe. Let me Woodcutter axe you a question. Death Rattle, give +2/+1 to a random friendly rush minion. So this card is a beautiful stat line. This is an excellent anti-aggro tool. Just being able to do 2/2 for 2, but then to buff the rush minion. Oh, baby. I think that there's going to be an aggro rush warrior deck that's going to have some excellent control of the board early on. And Woodcutter's Axe is, I think, a pretty spectacular card to be getting in there. Like the Maul, the unidentified Maul that costs 3 for Paladin is a very strong it's a very strong card in a lot of Paladin decks. So I think that the Woodcutter's Axe being Death Rattle, give +2/+1 to a random friendly rush minion. I think it's going to be, I mean, rush minions already are about getting strong control of the board with optimal trades. So I think that there could be like a non-charge, very strong warrior deck was the Dragon warrior deck that run the champions, the fairy dragons, the Draconid crushers, the 2/6 dragon that becomes 3/6 in taunt if you're holding a dragon. There's a lot of those kinds of decks that have lived in the past, and I think Woodcutter's Axe supports that archetype really, really well. I think this is just an extraordinarily fair, strong card in a more mid-range to aggressive warrior deck. I think this is going to be a top-tier card. Rabid Worgen. I don't think this is going to be a top-tier card. Are you kidding me? Is this really that great? Alex Strauss's Champion was a 3/3 for 2 mana. This is a... And that had charge, right? This is a 3/3 for 3 mana with Rush. No, Rabid Worgen, your power level is too low. Get away from here. Red Band Wasp. Rush. Has +3 attack while damaged. Nah, seems really hard to activate. I think, because Red Band Wasp, if you look at it, it's effectively a 4/2 for 2. It's arguable that this could be considered a counter-aggressive deck. Like if you have a 2/1 and a 1/1, I play the Red Band Wasp to pop your 2 or to pop your 1/1, so I'm a 4/2. Then I use my Woodcutter's Axe to pop your 2/1, and now I have a really strong Red Band Wasp. So I'm really not crazy about Red Band Wasp. I think that it's just not strong enough as a rush card. I think if it was like a 2/3 with Rush, I'd be like, hey. Militia Commander, Rush, gain +3 attack this turn. This, weirdly, I feel like it's incorrectly costed for me to get excited about it. Because if I slam this down late in the game, imagine we're on like turn 9, I play the Militia Commander. Play the Militia Commander, it's a 5/5, and I can hit something and get a valuable trade, and now I'm 2/5. You know, the only time I could really make advantage of being a 5/5 with Rush, to like make use of the 5, would be if there's a target for it. Because after that, it's just a 2/5. But if we're in turn 4, there's not that many 5 health things that he would have on turn 3 or 4 that I could pop with the Militia Commander as a good trade. I really don't have a lot of faith in the Militia Commander. She's only got one eye. I can't tell if she's like holding a rapier or if she's like lost her right hand and elected to have it replaced with a rapier. I mean, that's not even a good choice. This is I think at best a conditional Tar Creeper killer. And even then, I just don't have a lot of faith in it. I'm down with the Militia Commander. I'm not even into militias, man. This is a poorly armed militia. Fester Root Hulk. After friendly minion attacks, gain +1 attack. Unbelievable. 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 A 5 mana, often going to be an ever-growing threat. It's after a friendly minion attack, so it's buffing himself. Okay, imagine you're a rush deck with aggro and mid-range characteristics. Oh, imagine that. Imagine this. Just think about it, okay? Imagine you have dudes on the board. You have dudes on the board, all right? It's turn 5. You slam down the Festeruk Hulk. He's already sweating. He's sweating. Your opponent's just covered. He's drenched. The Festeruk Hulk comes down. He doesn't know how to read, but he knows numbers. He sees 2/7. Okay, I can handle a 2/7. And then your board of minions, they start donking in there. Bang, bang, bang. And all of a sudden, he's a 6/7. He's, oh, why do I... If I could read, I would have known to be prepared for this panic. Oh, this card is so good. This is going to be an absolute all-star. I feel like this is kind of like a cheaper, slightly worse Draconid Crusher for a mid-range aggro deck. Woo! Yes! Yeah? Uh-huh. A+ card, one of the best cards for Warrior. Town Crier, draw a rush minion from your deck. I am about as excited for the Town Crier as I am about when I have to floss. Yeah. You know the sort of enthusiasm when you're leaving the dentist and he's like, yeah, no, it was great, thanks for coming in. Make sure you floss. And you go, yeah, absolutely, uh-huh. All that tone that I say to that dentist is what I say when I think of the Town Crier. If there are some amazing rush minions, okay, you can draw a removal card, all right? Yeah. This, I think, is mostly a deck thinner for a deck that's trying to get somewhere. Let's pretend for a moment that I am a control warrior that's trying to set up Dead Man's Hand infinitum. A Town Crier functions in many ways like a shield block. I get a little bit of a thing and I thin my deck more. So Town Crier. Nah. Deadly Arsenal, reveal a weapon from your deck. Deal its attack to all minions. Oh my. Deadly Arsenal is the sort of card that's going to get me real excited, but I think this card is bad. I think this card's bad. The reason it's bad is because you can't set it up. How do you get this card to be good? You have lots of big old weapons. You run 2 Gorehowls, 2 Arcanite Reapers in the deck. Don't run a Woe Cleaver. It only does 3 damage. And it's costing 6. Are we kidding me? And it's attack to all minions? Wait, it's an attack to all minions? This is so bad. This is so bad. This card is Witchwood Apple Tier. Yeah. All minions. Yeah, I think that, because here's the thing. If you have tried to run Reckless Flurry, which is destroy all your shields, deal that much damage to all minions, even that card feels a little bit like, because it's hard to set up the circumstance in which it can, like, go off, right? Deadly Arsenal, if you just draw your weapons, you just are like, it doesn't feel good, and there's the really important weapons in Warrior right now, the Blood Razor. No. If there was a card that let me shuffle weapons into my deck, I mean, I guess I could do something ridiculous like I Dead Man's Hand with the weapon in hand, and then Deadly Arsenal to sweep and clear everything. I mean, that just sounds hilarious. I'm probably going to build that deck. Let's do it. Darius Crowley. Rush after this attacks and kills a minion. Gain +2/+2. Ooh. Yeah, baby, now. Ooh. Now, this is what I mean by, at the time when I would want to play this on turn 5, the stat line makes sense and the ability can get procced. On turn 5, he's just finished with his turn 4 or turn 5, and assuming that I am a deck that has any board at all, I'll likely have the capability of being able to pick off a minion with Darius Crowley, and it will just be able to continue to grow. I think that Darius Crowley will, a very high percentage of the time, be capable of getting buffed to 6x. I really think that there is a beatdown rush deck that is brewing that's really, really tough to deal with. I really think that I really think that there is a aggro to mid-range Rush Warrior deck that's just going to look good. Because this card's nice. Maybe I'm just not excited about this card. I'm just not excited about this card. But I guess if you're doing a Rush beatdown deck, then you want your Rush cards. This card is amazing and has synergy in a Rush deck. This, I think, is the weaker Rush card. I'm not excited about the Red Band Wasp. I'm not excited about that Worgen. Maybe I should be. I'm very excited about this weapon. Maybe the weapons and the other things surrounding justify the Rabid Worgen and the Red Band Wasp, but I mean, I just think it's very, 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 very clear that there's going to be an extremely strong aggro, mid-range beatdown-ish style deck that's reminiscent of the old Dragon beatdown that ran 2 Draconid Operatives. Maybe Town Crier is actually just nice because it will always help you draw precisely something at the start of the game. Yeah, maybe the Crier is actually tighter than I believe. Black Howl Gunspire, this is the sweetest card ever. Oh my god, look at it, just firing out with cannons recklessly in all angles. Can't attack. Whenever this minion takes damage, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Has a nice stat line, except if you're against a priest, because you'll burst into tears when he just shrinks it and snatches it up with a stupid Cabal Shadow Priest. Ugh. I think Black Howl Gunspire is actually a really nice, fun, cool control card. I really just think this is tight. Tight. We have Warpath, Whirlwind. Is Bloodrazor being rotated out? It might. Bloodrazor might be getting rotated out. Does anyone know? The stat line for Black Howl Gunspire is such that it's a little bit difficult for him to deal with. Just recall, it can't attack, so we're not looking at its stat line as a regular combative minion, but if our opponent does want to try to take it out, has a good stat line in that circumstance. Bloodrazor is not rotating out. Okay, great. That's right, it's Wrath of the Lich King. Yahoo! I actually really like Black Howl Gunspire. Is it good, though? That's a good question. Is it any good? Yeah, Despy, just come sit in Dad's lab. Dad's evaluating. Wow, I actually, you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. All right, let's just risk some reputation. Yeah, have a seat, Despy. I think this card is gonna be amazing. That's right, we're gonna run it in our Control Warrior decks, baby. Oh my god, in an Odd Warrior? Yeah. Wait, do we have any way to proc it with Odd Warrior? Well... This card's gonna be amazing. Okay, listen. Listen. You have a deck that draws really deep, right? You got Dead Man's Hand. You got the Black Howl Gunspire. You Dead Man's Hand to get another one in. You play this one. Deal some damage to it. Sudden Genesis. You have 2 Black Howl Gunspires. You keep whacking them. You whack them off with the Warpath. You keep whacking them, and then they're just 3 damage and just shooting out. It looks exactly like this photo. Think about it. You just get infinite Black Howl Gunspire Whirlwind blast them up. Oh my god. Oh my god, we just whirlwind so many things. Dude, we're just gonna get infinite Black Howl Gunspires in here. You have no idea how sick this is gonna be. That's right. That's what Warpath does. I said it. You heard it here first. It whacks them off. There it is. Black Howl Gunspire. Boom. Swamp, Dragon, Egg, Death Rattle. Add a random dragon to your hand. Not fantastic. Not fantastic. Not fantastic. I feel like this is a blender that comes in a package with a toaster, and you're looking at them saying, I don't need a blender or a toaster, right? The Swamp Dragon Egg, add a random dragon to your hand. I mean, what it could do kind of is be a way to have an egg deck get a little extra momentum randomly. This, I think that we're understanding why in real life, dragons have gone extinct. I think I find that about 20% funnier than it actually is. Swamp Dragon Egg. Yeah, this is... I mean, the thing is that, like, there's targets for it, right? I can be a paladin. Oh, I'm gonna put the egg on top of a Stegodon. Oh, I love Spike Ridge Steed. Yeah. No, I mean, you can do that. You could have a Sanguine Reveler eat this. You could have a Pterodax eat this. But why? So you can get a dragon in your hand? The benefit of this is just not great. I actually just want to, like, put my hand right on that dragon and just push it back into the egg and put duct tape around it. Jesus. Swamp Leech. A 2-1 with lifesteal. I think the most that I want to talk about is that this image is gross. I think when I look at this, I'm like, ew. Yeah, I wouldn't want... Yeah. Yeah, gross. I think that really it's important that all of you take a moment to realize that Tremors is on Netflix right now, and Tremors is a very good movie. All of you should get a friend over and watch Tremors, and you'll go, hey, that was pretty good. Now what I want you to do is take whatever your experience was, divide it by 3, and set that as your expectation for Tremors 2. And when you're done watching Tremors 2, take whatever your experience was, divide it by 3, and then watch Tremors 3, and that will be your expectation. And then after that, I want you to multiply the amount of fun that you had by about 10, and then go into Tremors 4 and watch Tremors 4. And the thing is, if you watch Tremors 5, which, yeah, I made it all the way there, you actually experience pure joy. Pure joy. Pure joy. Yeah. You're going to want to watch it. And the Tremors look kind of like the Swamp Leech. Lost Spirit, Death Rattle. Give your minions +1 attack. I don't think this is terribly good. I think this is terribly good. I mean, Lost Spirit, there's been other things that are like give all your minions +1/+1, but it's so hard to get a Death Rattle to proc properly like this. Yeah, I think this is not great. Yeah, no, I'm gonna give this sort of a last pick draft choice kind of thing. Alright, Spell Shifter, +1 damage. Each turn is your hand swapped stack in health. No. I don't think so. I mean, should we? I don't think I should evaluate this card. I've never wanted a higher damage, weaker health spell damage dude. I don't think. Poor Dalaran Mage, the 3-mana 1/4 with spell damage. Poor Dalaran Mage. Yeah, I think this is 0 out of 100. Vicious Scalehide. Yeah, this is the one. Remember our Beast card that should function properly with the Mastiff? Yeah, you remember that? This is the target for it, man. Vicious Scalehide, Lifesteal Rush, 1/3 for 2 mana. You make it a 4/6 Lifesteal Rush, and you get 3 of those puppies in your deck. They still cost 2! The value keeps coming, but not as much value as should be on the Mastiff. I don't understand why if you have a 5/4 Echo Rush card in hand, you can't just keep playing 5/4 Rushers. That's so stupid. Glynaceer says, wait, Tremors is in fact not on Netflix? Wait, what? It was there 2 days ago. Oh my god, Netflix must have its content constantly changing. Damn it. Okay, but the Vicious Scalehide, I feel like, is a really nice card in Paladin, or just any situation in which it could be buffed. This is just a really cool controller card that I feel like fits in that identity of Rush being a sort of counter-aggression card. Isn't that sad? Blackwalled Pixie, Battlecry, refresh your hero power. Fuck. Okay, here's the thing. By the way, we're going to explain Rush again. Rush is you can attack the turn it's played. Except you can't attack enemy heroes. So charge plus can't attack enemy heroes this turn is the same thing as Rush. Tremors 1 to 4 is on HBO. Okay, then go on HBO. Tremors 5 is on Netflix. Damn, okay. Yeah, so Rush is, you can attack creatures the turn that it's played, but you can't attack heroes the turn that it's played. So Blackwalled Pixie, here's my opinion. Blackwalled Pixie is going to be all over the place. Any deck that is an odd deck has to run Blackwalled Pixie. It must. Odd-only decks are run because they buff your hero power. This is a 3-cost 3/4. It's really good. It's great stats, it's nice anti-aggro, and it refreshes your damn hero power. So on turn 3, you can play this as anti-aggro. On turn 5, you can play it as anti-aggro with a hero power. On turn 7, you can hero power Blackwalled Pixie hero power. I really, really, really think Blackwalled Pixie, even though I'm not excited about it, is going to show up in like every single odd cost deck. And therefore, we'll give it the, Yeah, I don't know. I want to give it an award. I want to give it an award that I actually feel like makes sense, you know? I feel like there's a lot of mobile games that are like Blackwalled Pixie. Like a whole lot of people play it, and 100% of them, when you ask them if they like it, they're like, yeah, it's okay. I do it when I'm on elevators. That's a Blackwalled Pixie right there, right? This is going to be in like all kinds of deck. This, here's my bet. This is going to be the most played card in the whole expansion. Fuck it, why not? This is going to be the most played card. This is it. This is, or at the very least, top 10 most played card. This is it. This card is going to be all the damn over the way in the place because of the odd cost deck setup thing. But no one's going to be that excited about it, right? Hench Clan Thug. After hero attacks, give this minion +1/+1. Ah. Ooh. Arena All-Star? Yeah. 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 Yes, it is. Yes, it is for Druids and for Rogues. The thing about the Hench Clan Thug is that there's a whole lot of rogue decks that have historically had some minion that grows in the form of the Mega Mana Worm, most commonly the Questing Adventurers, or just generally getting out somewhat of a thick Van Cleef that's difficult to remove early on. And Hench Clan Thug, I feel like, plays in very nicely to a hero power on 2 rogue that then gets a big spike of power with the Hench Clan Thug. Hench Clan Thug is the type of card that's very effective for its cost. It's always going to be a 4/4 for 3 in any deck that it's played, and that will cause a disproportionate response from the opponent. So I think that this is actually a really nice card for Rogue, and maybe for Druid, but I'm just thinking for Rogue, really. I think this is a nice card. Marsh Drake, really nice card in Rogue. Battlecry, summon a 2/1 poisonous Drake Slayer for your opponent. You simply have to have an answer for this, but otherwise it's a 3-mana 5/4. I like this card, frankly, more than I like the Hench Clan Thug, because once this is out, it's just out. This just feels great. I think this is a very powerful rogue card, and I think that virtually everywhere else it's bad. Pumpkin Peasant? No. 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 No deck will run this. None. Absolutely not. It's going to have circumstantial efficiency in some arena decks because, you know, it's a body that can maybe circumstantially heal you up in a little bit. But no, man. The Pumpkin Peasant, he needs to have the swagger of the Priest Pumpkin, man. Of the Squashkin. Super nope. Super nope. Ravencaller. Battlecry. Add 2 random 1-cost minions to your hand. Nah. No. Bleh. You know, I'm just not that interested in the Ravencaller. It does say 2 random 1-cost minions to your hand, so if you're a rogue, you could add 2 cards of other classes to your hand, and we could go straight burgly-durgly. Yeah, so, I mean, this is, oh, wait a minute. Quest Hunter. You remember the Hunter Quest? Yeah? However, no. Nah. No. Nah. Well... Paladin Legendary? No, I don't think it actually procs with Liam. Let's go back to Liam. Liam, ho. Yep, it's transform all 1-cost cards in your deck into legendary minions. Whereas this card is... Take me back. Take me back. This card is just minions into your hand. Just minions into your hand. So this doesn't seem that great. I mean, maybe Flood Paladin is going to add the Raven Callers for more ways to generate nerds, but I don't think so. Tangle for a Mystic Battlecry. Add a random 2-cost minion to each player's hand. I do not understand this card at all. I just do not at all, period. This is really bad, isn't it? I mean, it's a 3/4 for 3, which has kind of a good stat line, but you give him a thing and you give you a thing? Like, I don't understand. Maybe it's a good arena card. I don't know. All right. Walnut Sprite. First of all, best art in all of Witchwood. Okay, can we look at this? Like, here's the thing. He was originally like this, and then he was like this. And you know what that makes? It makes bye bitches. There it is. Walnut Sprite. Look at him. He's got his little cane. He's like, bye bitches. Walnut Sprite, the absolute king of the forest. Oh my god, no one can crack this nut. Look at him go. What a fabulous Walnut Sprite. He even's got, like, he's only looking at you with his right eye. He couldn't even be bothered to look at you with this one. This one's just looking up and forward. Oh, that is the top tierest art ever. Alright, so Walnut Sprite, a 3/3 Echo for 3. Part of me feels that if there is a minion-focused deck that exists, you know, you heard me talk about the possibility of sort of like a minion-focused elemental mage. Prince Keliseth is still there. Walnut Sprite has a ton of value. I think this is one of the most vanilla flexible cards that exist in all of Witchwood. Because, I mean, even if you just draw it on turn 6 or later, you can just get 2 3/3s. Or if you've Keliseth, you get 2 4/4s while only spending 1 card. And that, I think, is traditionally a problem with a minion-heavy deck. Most of the ways in which you gain cards, or excuse me, most of the ways in which you draw cards in Hearthstone are based upon spells. So the fact that these Echo cards kind of get around that in a very clever way, I think is pretty cool. Mr. Jack says, ugh, the art. What are you talking about, Mr. Jack? This is the best art in the entire set. Oh, wait, I forgot. You get 1/4/4 and 1/3/3 because Echo things don't keep buffs, because that doesn't... Actually, no, I don't know. I'm suddenly feeling really sad about the Walnut Sprite. God, that stinks. Fell Soul Inquisitor. A Lifesteal Taunt 1/6. This is a worse version of that Paladin card that needs buffs. This is only going to be good if you buff it. No. Swift Messenger Rush. Each turn this is in your hand, swap it, stack, and help. Oh! Oh my god, wait. Lady in White. We got our Lady in White target. W-I-G-H-T, White. Alright. Fellsoul Inquisitor is actually... Okay, Swift Messenger, Rush. Each turn is in your hand, swap its attack and health. See, I actually kind of like this card more than the 2/5 that gets +3 Battle Cry. Whoops. This warrior card right here. Gain +3 attack this turn. I can almost do that perfectly. I like that it has 6, but it can also be a 6/2. This could be... It's certainly going to be valuable in Arena. The ability to just blow up a large dude for 4. But... Gowerly's like, Leroy Messenger! Weak. Weak, bad. I think it's weak to bad. I think it's an unreliable card on the board. I think it's unreliable. She could be good in the Warrior Rush deck using the Axe. Because, I mean, like, if you play the Swift Messenger as a 2/6 blow up your axe, you now have a 4/7 with Rush, which I think is excellent. Swift Messenger. Oh, it's a werewolf. Unpowered Steambot, a 0/9 with Taunt. Twilight Drake scoffs at your pathetic attack value of 0. Inner Fire Priests are like, looks good. Looks like a very valuable card. I'll run 2 of them. Clockwork Automaton. Deal double the damage and healing of your hero power. Might be good to run in an odd-only deck. This doesn't do anything to Warrior, because Warriors gain armor. You'll be able to deal 4 damage as Mage. You'll be able to heal for 8 as Priest. Be able to shoot for 6 as Hunter? I'll be able to deal 4 damage with Shadow Priest. I mean, if you're Gul'dan, you can't run this. I mean, if you're Gul'dan, you'll bite for 6. Yeah, I see value here. But I feel like Clockwork Automaton is not a deck that, or not a card that you build a deck around. Rather, it's a card that happens to be able to synergize in the odd-only decks. I think that's it. We can also become Quest Warrior, finish the quest, play the Clockwork Automaton, and shoot for 16, which is pretty awesome. But I think this is a card that supports some other deck archetypes, but is not like the craziest thing. Rotten Apple Bomb, Taunt, restore 4 health to your hero. Wow. Yeah. This is okay. This is, yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Right on. Dude, Rotten Apple Bomb. Man, I'm starting to get back on the Apple train. This is nice. A 4/5 taunt that heals you in the 5 slot, or the 5 cost slot. Traditionally, that's where we see a lot of really consistent defensive cards in control decks. Things like the Sludge Belcher. There is the second-rate Bruiser that's a 4/5 that costs 3 if you have some other dudes. Yes, this is nice. This is really nice. This is going to be very good in Quest Taunt Warrior. Dark Mire Moonkin. Spell damage +2. I mean, you know. It's not a beast for whatever reason. The other Moonkin was. Yeah, no, I don't understand. Here's what I'm thinking, okay? If you're Dark Mire Moonkin, Malaghost, and Valen die, when you resurrect, you know what you get. A lot of spell damage. Yeah. However, I think that the Dark Mire Moonkin is really bad. Too expensive. Furious Etten. Oh, hey, we get a nice big taunt in the 5-drop slot that everybody can use. Oh, yeah. I think Furious Etten is pretty nice, and I'll say it twice. I think it's pretty nice, certainly good in Arena, and I think it's going to be a staple in odd-only decks. But, I mean, beyond that, it's just a mediocre-ass 5/9 with Taunt Wormguard. If you're holding a dragon, gain +1 attack and Taunt Wormguard, I think is going to be a very common card in sort of defensive dragon-based decks. You know, the Primordial Drake is still in there. Wormguard can, I think, be another really nice one. And then if you have an Amorous in your hand, Amorous! You can use that to make this a 7/22 with Taunt, which is super, super, super sick. And also very, very thick. 7 mana. It's alright. Cauldron Elemental. Your other elementals have +2 attack. Holy shit. This is a real blowout card. I think that it looks, initially it just looks like too expensive, not good, no thank you, but the meta's, I think, going to slow down a little bit. The aggro decks aren't going to be quite as effective, and if you get almost any amount of elementals on the board, even if you have 2 and you play Cauldron Elemental, that's a lot of attack. That's pretty intimidating. I think that it won't wind up getting really run ever, because, I mean, let's be honest, like, if you're an elemental deck and you're playing, like, fire elementals and blowing people up, I mean, you don't want to ramp up to a Cauldron Elemental. That's not going to get you excited, right? You just want to kill them on turn 7 or something like that. I think it's a little slow. Actually, never mind. This is 0 out of 100. 0 out of 100. Deranged Doctor. Death Rattle. Restore 8 health to your hero. This card's weird. It's huge and threatening and healthful. Whoa. Whoa. That's really weird. That's a really weird card. I think no one will run it. Yeah, no, I can't even see this being good. Like, most decks that want a really large, scary finisher, it's almost never just like spending 8 mana to play an 8/8, right? Like, you know, giants are interesting cards because there are ways to get them for cheaper, and only then that's why they're valuable. But here, when you play the Deranged Doctor, you then have to have it die in order to heal. 8/8 is, I don't know, this seems really weird. I allege that this is a good arena card because it buys time and trades well, but I don't think this is a constructed card. Phantom Militia, I think will wound up being run a ton. I think this is an unbelievable card because of the Echo. 2/4 taunt for 3 means that on turn 9, right, you can get 3 2/4 taunts with 1 card. It's excellent. This also is going to be a very interesting judgment if you're up against an aggressive deck. Do you play it on turn 3, or do you try to hold off till turn 6 to pop 2 of them down? Phantom Militia is just good. Because of the fact that it has Echo. I mean, the ability to have 1 card summon a whole bunch of 2/4s, oh my god. Quest Warrior, oh my god. And the fact that it's odd, oh my god. This is just, it's ridiculously good. I think this is a fantastic card. Life Drinker, Battlecry, deal 3 damage to the enemy hero, restore 3 health to your hero. Okay, who wants to hear the combo? Who wants to hear the combo? All right, are you ready? Looks bad, huh? Doesn't look good, right? Play 2 Life Drinkers. They both die. Yeah? Or they live. Doesn't even matter. Huh? Yeah? Right? Yeah? Uh-huh. Play Grumble World Shaker. Doesn't matter if anything's dead, right? You've played 2 Life Drinkers and Grumble. What does Grumble do? Return everything to your hand. They cost 1. Yeah? Uh-huh. Then you play Shudderwalk, which then does all the battle cries. So it's going to deal 3 damage to the enemy hero, heal you for 3, deal 3 damage to the enemy hero, heal you for 3, and then return that Shudderwalk to your hand, and it costs 1 now. The next turn, you can play that 10 times. Do you see that? Pretty sick. Shudderwalk won't go to your hand, though? Oh, that's right. You need to play a Saronite Chain Gang because Grumble is all other minions. No problem. No problem. Look at that. Look at that. You can Shudderwalk, Life Drink your way to infinity. I do wanna take a needle and pop this. I just want to say that right there. That looks like a really nice popping target. Mad Hatter says, Battlecry, randomly toss 3 hats onto other minions. Each hat gives +1/+1. Fungalmancer is a 5 mana 2/2 that gives adjacent minions +2/+2. And Mad Hatter is more damage, less cost, 1 less +1/+1. But you can toss hats onto enemies. I actually think that this is a really nice zoo card or aggro hunter card. I really do. Any deck that generally on its turn 4 has the capability of clearing the opponent's board, I think this could actually be really nice. Because I mean, it leaves a 3/2 body there. If it's an empty board, it won't do anything because it's other minions. Are they actually Explorer's Hats that return to your hand if the minion dies? I don't think so. Doesn't say friendly minions. No. I know that. That's what I just said. Like, if you are an aggro deck that can clear the enemy's board when you play this, like, that's where it's good. So I think that, like, Hunter or Zoo, if there's no enemy minions there, this is actually a very powerful effect. And if there's hats on top of them, then this is the best card that's ever been printed in Hearthstone. If there's no hats, it's just a stat gain. I'm here for hats, right? This needs to be the TF2 card. All right, Night Prowler, Battlecry. This is the only minion on the battlefield to gain +3/+3. Weird. No, not good. Not a chance in hell. Wait, no, it's Battlecry. Oh my god, it's a Battlecry. Ooh. But it's not a 4 mana 7/7. I think therefore it's bad. If I'm a control deck against a control deck, I get a cheap 6. No, it sucks. No, not a chance. Not a chance. No, not in a million years. No, here's the reason why. If we're against an aggro deck, we have to wait till turn 4 to play a 3/3, and he's always going to have a dude on board. Boo! If I'm against a control deck, that's where this can have value, and all I do is get a 6/6 for 4, and I have to kind of plan and wait a little bit. Wouldn't I much rather have a more consistent, high-statted dude out? Yes, replace that card. Repeal and replace that card. Scaleworm, 4 mana, Battlecry. If you're holding a dragon, gain +1 attack and rush. Ooh, interesting. Hey guys, have you seen my eyes? Look at that, he's just got plates on top of him. Or those are really cool sunglasses, and he's like one groovy dude with big old ear horns. I think this is not amazing. +1 attack is okay, like a 4 mana 5/4. Gaining rush. I don't think this is very good. It's hard for me to envision the way in which the condition would actually get procced. Witchwood Piper, Battlecry. Draw the lowest cost minion from your deck. So if you run 2 of these, Witchwood Piper is going to draw Witchwood Piper, which is then going to draw another thing. No. The only reason that this would be cool is if you played this and it drew you a pretty expensive card that you're looking specifically for. Super slow, hard to have control over. Nope. Nippity dippity nope. Chief Inspector, Battlecry, destroy all enemy secrets. Oh my god, look at that sexy little grinny. That's what I see when I see his teeth like that. He's like pointing over there. He's like, those secrets there? Yes. Oh my god. Who here hates secrets? I know everybody does. Yes. Witchwood Grizzly, Taunt, Battlecry, lose 1 health for each card in your opponent's hand. This card is ridiculous. This is ridiculous even without the lady in white. Oh my god. I think that this is broken AF. This is the most broken thing I've ever seen. This is broken in Arena. This is broken against aggro. If you're against control, often you'll be able to get away with 6 or less damage to face. And I mean... Lose 1 health for each card in your opponent's hand. The minion loses health, not the hero? Wait, what? It says lose 1 health for each card in your opponent's hand. Wait, really? That's such weird language, because I'm used to like the injured Blade Master that's like this minion deals damage to itself. Because this battle cry, lose 1 health for each card in your opponent's hand. When it says lose 1 health, I assume that that was referring to me. Otherwise, it says to the hero otherwise. Okay. Okie dokie dokie. Alright. Well, okay, so if this is an aggro, this is... Okay, never mind. This is a complete anti-aggro card. So this is a sort of anti-Twilight Drake, right? First thought it was just always going to be a 312 and you took damage. I'm like, fuck, that's ridiculous. Lose 1 health for each card in your opponent's hand. So if you're against aggro, you're going to be a 3-8 taunt for 5. Okay, this card's never mind. It's okay. It's okay. It's an okay card. There's cute things you can do with it, like, you know, Master O-card it out, but, you know. Alright, Gilnean Royal Guard, 3-8 Divine Shield Rush. This is an Arena All-Star. You get a hard removal of a large thing, and you get thickness. It's hard for me to envision this ever being successful in a constructed deck. Baleful Banker, choose a friendly minion, shuffle a copy of it into your deck. Top tier! Oh my god, I think this gets 9 Kibler Orgasmo faces. Baleful Banker. Oh, yes! Oh, Baleful Banker. Yeah. 2 mana, play a legendary, a big scary dude, put the Baleful Banker down, shuffle your 3-8 Mega Turret back into the deck. Yes. Infinite gun houses. I think this is an insanely good card because of the various combos that it will enable with certain key legendaries. That's why. So for instance, if I am a control mage and I can run out a really nice card and then baleful it, like, I mean, even simple things like Baron Geddon Baleful. It's great. It's great. You can even do really insane things, like you can play a Molten Giant Baleful Banker to put it into your deck, and then Holy Wrath the opponent's face for a billion. Oh, I guess they did move the Molten Giant all the way over there. Well, damn. I just think this is very, very sick. There's a ton of cards, a ton of legendaries that if you were able to run 2 or 3 of, they just become so strong. So Baleful Banker, I think, is going to enable lots of really big possibilities. This card feels... I don't think it's nearly as powerful as Emperor Thaurissan, but I think that it is the type of card that will enable Thaurissan-esque combos. You know, like even Bran Bronzebeard enabled a bunch of crazy combos, being able to do Battlecry twice. I think Baleful Banker is just an insane value card. You can draw this with Piper for your combo. Ha 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 ha. So this is pretty sick. God, this is great. Nightmare Amalgam, I think, is hilarious. This is the most hilarious card. This is so funny. This is so funny, man. This is great. I mean, a 3/4 for 3 is nice, and it fits in all the tribes. All the tribes. I mean, the 3/4 Murloc. The 3/4 Murloc. Ooh. I think, here's the thing. It's probably going to permit some smoothing of the curve for Elemental. Mechs don't matter. Demon. That might actually matter. Murloc, I think it's going to be extraordinarily effective. Most of the Murloc 3-cost cards are not beefy cards. They're buffing cards. Cold Light Seer, Murloc War Leader. Even the, what is the Primal Fin Lookout? The 3/2, put another one in your hand. 3/2, discover a Murloc. Let's see here. Dragon. Maybe this is actually going to be a good dragon proc. Pirate. Maybe. Dude, I don't know. I don't know how the hell to evaluate this card. Whatever. This card is famous in all the world. Voodoo Doll. Sick. 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 What the hell? This card is ridiculous. This is one of the best cards that has ever been printed in Hearthstone. This is a ridiculous card. If for the only reason that this is in Mage. Even if it's just in Mage. I mean, like... I can't believe this card. So, like, Mage now has a way to kill a thing and summon a 3/6 water elemental with lifesteal. I think Voodoo Doll is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Like, the fact that this is a consistent water elemental summoner for Jaina is insane. I can't believe how good this card is. Man. Okay. Witch's Cauldron. After a friendly minion dies, add a random shaman spell to your hand. Completely random and weird and is going to wind up in some meme decks. Sandbinder. Battlecry. Draw an elemental from your deck. Nah. Muck Hunter. Rush. Battlecry. Summon 2/2/1 Mucklings for your opponent. Again, I think this could be a really insane card in the sort of mid-range to aggro warrior rush deck. Like, it's a 5/8. Let's say I have a weapon and another minion out. You know, I can pop the weapon into one of the 2/1s, Muck Hunter the other one, and now I have like a mega buffed Muck Hunter. If you do the subtraction, this is a 5/4 based upon the 2 Mucklings. But if you have the good setup, it could be really nice. Oh my god, he's so cute. Oh, that looks like you, Despy. Yeah, you're a little Muck Hunter cat. Yeah. Mossy Horror. Destroy all other minions with 2 or less attack. This card's just gonna get run, dude. It's just gonna get run. This is a very, very solid tech card. It certainly could be used as a one-of if there are certain archetypes that are popular. For instance, Flood Paladin. If Flood Paladin was still a thing, you just throw out a Mossy Horror, and there it goes. It's very possible that this just won't have much play, but I mean, like, if the meta has any floodiness to it, Mossy Horror is going to be... Ooh. Now, Warlock could do the thing where they do -2/-2 to your health, and then play the Mossy Horror to blow everything up. So, there was a Murloc, the 2/3 Murloc that dealt 2 damage to all non-Murlocs that even had some play. But Mossy Horror, I think, is even better than that. Organ Abomination. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to all other damaged minions. Really good in Arena. Doesn't seem very good outside of that. Such a strongly conditional effect. and it's a little bit more difficult to have consistency in your boards on both sides if you're playing Constructed. Splitting Fester Root, Arena All-Star, and other than that, like, whatever. I don't really care for this card. It's cool, but I don't really see the synergy with anything else. It's just a stat tree. There's a smaller stat tree. Wood chip. Oh my god. Dude, this art is so awesome. Dollmaster Dorian. Whenever you draw minions, summon a 1/1 copy of it. I'm imagining that mage deck that only runs 2 Arcane Intellects and 2 of the 2 mana draw 3 discard spells. I mean, maybe this will actually be a thing in Q Block. Let's see. What are the combos with Dollmaster Dorian on the turn that it's played? You could, so things that draw immediately, so Dollmaster Dorian, Arcane Intellect, Dollmaster Dorian, Elven Minstrel, Dollmaster Dorian, Hero Power with Warlock. I think this card sucks. It sucks. This is the Inkmaster Solia of Witchwood. More like Dumpmaster Dorian. So bad. Dollmaster Dorian is the worst card that has been printed in this expansion. That's it. Bottom Oda Barrel. That's it. Not even gonna show up to anything. What deck benefits from this? Deck with cards rotating out? South Sea Squidface? Oh, you can imagine I'm a Kingsbane rogue. I play the Kingsbane. I play Dollmaster Dorian. I play the Elven Minstrel. It draws 2 South Sea Squidfaces. Oh my god, they're 1/1s that got above my weapon. No way, it's being rotated out. Boo. Does Big Priest want this? No, Big Priest doesn't draw cards. It summons dead things. Whenever you draw minions, summon a 1/1 copy of it. Maybe if I'm a Death Rattle Hunter, but even then, the consistency on this is super duper nope. Sense demons into more Void Daddies? Ugh. Gross. This card is the Inkmaster Solia of Witchwood. No one's going to play it. People who do are going to be upset. People are going to be demanding dust at the gates of Blizzard because Dollmaster Dorian was in their first pack of Hearthstone. There it is. Get out of my deck. Again, Greymane. Start a game. If your deck has only even cost cards, your starting hero power costs 1. Ooh. Immediately I look at this and I go, hey, that Shaman Eel, the 2/3 that deals 2 in the even decks, overrated. Not a good card. Because being able to summon 1-cost totems doesn't seem so great. I'm not that excited by this. Shadow Form's an odd cost card. I mean, like, okay, if I'm a massive totem summoner as Shaman, just summoning totems like crazy. I just don't think that this will be... I don't think that this will be good. This... Oh, Azalina Soul Thief. Replace your hand with a copy of your opponent's. I really think that this is going to be nice to run in a mostly aggro deck. It's kind of like a overcosted Divine Favor with a body. At the very least, it's going to be great for memes. Super duper great for memes. Very memeful. Very memeful. As I said the comment about aggro decks, I think I completely disagree. I think my analysis for that was absolutely wrong. What a garbage analysis by Day9. I can't even believe he suggested running this in some sort of aggro card. Aggro deck, excuse me. Yeah, this is just not... Yeah. No, because sometimes I just have this and it's a dead card because I don't want to play it. See that? No. Countess Ashmore, Battlecry. Draw a Rush, Lifesteal, and Death Rattle card from your deck. I think this is a very strong card. Solely for the reason that the Curator was a 7-mana 4/6 with Taunt that was run in many decks. I think that the flexibility of being able to construct a deck with 2 Rush, 2 Lifesteal, and 2 Death Rattle minions with 1 Countess Ashmore really helps guarantee that you can have some extraordinary card draw without having traditional card draw effects. You just have bodies. And so there's a lot of really grindy Paladin control decks that I think would benefit from a Countess Ashmore being able to just constantly redraw stuff without doing some throwaway card draw. I think a really important thing to note about Countess Ashmore is that it's Rush, Lifesteal, and Death Rattle card from your deck. So, for instance, King's Bane is a Death Rattle card, but not a Death Rattle creature. There are spells that have the Lifesteal keyword on it, and so you can draw those as well. So I think that that's like really cool. I think this is a super cool card. This is Curator 2.0. Baku the Moon Eater. This is the best card in the entire expansion of Witchwood, because I'm going to be able to get some odd costed warrior going. Oh my god, odd paladin? Hey, I'm odd control paladin, man. I run Lanessa Sunsorrow. I don't do anything with bells. I run only odd buffs. We're going to be summoning so many 1/1s. Oh my god, flood with the 1/1s right from the start of the game. Ah, yeah, baby, yeah. Summoning 1/1s. Ooh. Oh god, dude. We are going to go straight just a carful. Yeah. And with that, our card review ends. We talked for 3.5 hours continuously. I didn't even take a break except to go get more coffee, which I can still drink. I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I want to continue to eat my ridiculously healthy salad with chicken combination. And then when we come back, we're going to play some Hearthstone, and we're going to fantasize about what it's going to be like on Thursday. Now, tomorrow I am going to be playing Dota 2. But on Thursday and Friday, it's going to be all-day Hearthstone pack opening and confirmation that this card review was the most correct card review that has ever been published in the history of the Snarfstones. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be back in just a minute. Let me go over here. We're gonna do. We're actually gonna take a little bit of a break. We're gonna do like an 8-minute break because that was long. My voice needs a break. It's getting a little tired. We'll be back in 8.